when we last left off, it was the third day of tournament, or of carnival, better said. We were just about to prepare for the death of Milton with the Minotaur fight against Hellraiser, the Minotaur, and Milton, the wannabe noble. It is, I believe, the fight was at 2 o'clock?
Yes.
4 o'clock, something like that.
It was early today, I think.
Yeah. So about an hour beforehand, you had gathered your stuff and headed off after leaving all your worldly belongings with Frederick.
Yep.
And the rest of the group had left a lot of bets and so forth. And then you disappeared into the Colosseum while everybody else took their seats, except for apparently the elf who has decided to search for bombs.
I had no desire to watch you die.
I took one of the drugs. So
Yes.
I don't know which one.
Yes, the
He's like,
conclusion
which
was,
one?
since he didn't know which one was which.
They're like, he's like, they're searching you, and I was like, I take one and hide the other one in the area I'm in.
Right.
Like,
You consumed it?
Yes.
Consume it. One's done. One's in. One's in. Rock and roll. It's
So,
about to hit.
The fun, and the fun thing is, he doesn't know yet which one is which.
You better die.
Wait, what, huh?
So,
I
yeah.
was so worried about him committing suicide. I'm dead serious. I was like, he's going to commit suicide out there. Because if he takes... No, you don't know this? If he took both, he dies.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad I didn't down
Okay.
both of them right
So
off.
that would have been amazing.
No, you had two. You had one that was a
But
hallucinogenic.
if I gave him both of the
God, did I
enhancers...
take hallucinogenic?
And the other one was
I
speed.
just
Right, but he told me if he
Stripped
took both of
in
them,
front
the
of
chance
everybody,
that
I'm like,
he would either die or have...
Sure, that's what the person who sold you the drugs told you.
Yeah. Basically, that...
You just run up to him and start petting him.
They told me, this is what I was told, is that the drug is horrifically addictive, and if you take multiple doses, it has detrimental effects up to and including death. And I was like, he's already going into fight, I don't want him to take both and end up, you know.
Right. And then you intentionally purchased a mushroom substance that looked the same
Right?
and put one in each pouch and gave it to him without telling him which one was which.
Correct.
With the guidance that you would catch up with him before the fight and let him know. However, your character was unfortunately unavailable. So he went into the fight with these two drugs, and as he said, when the guards came around to get him prepared for the fight, they said they were checking everybody to make sure he wasn't cheating or doing anything else. So he opted to quickly sniff one of the drugs and throw the other one away.
So what I really do is I get to the group and I go, where's he at? And they go, he's already going in. That's unfortunate. And I leave. All right. And all I say is that's unfortunate, and I leave to go look for bombs.
Okay. So,
Bonnie bomb.
yes, this is a classic group adventure.
Yes. I'm excited.
So, in the middle of the Colosseum, big sand pit. As we were talking about earlier, everybody's fond of fighting in the sand. There is a gate on your side, and shortly before you go out, the announcers and everything, and let me bring up the list of who all was there, because there was a number of people who had come to see the fight.
I mean, I am.
Who's our little mini announcer?
Let's see.
Wallenstein was there.
Wallenstein, yeah. He came out before.
Wallenstein was there. Let's see. The Barnabas Stadium for the third day on Marktag. Ulrich Schutzmann, Natasha Sinlik, Goddard Wallenstein, Sasha Rothbert, and Lady Heinfeld are all in attendance. Okay.
Girlfriend.
That's what I was thinking.
Honey.
Okay. So they do the usual ceremony and so forth, make it a big deal, winding up the crowd. It seems like the crowd is particularly energized for this fight, given that there's been heavy advertising for the last several days.
Loud advertising.
All
night long.
A large number of people are favoring Hellraiser to be victor. A few people are indicating they're very eager to see what this Southerner is able to do in this fight, and so forth.
successfully pet submitted dog.
Quite possibly.
Handling.
Okay, so before the fight actually starts, you guys are let into the arena. The announcer comments that although it's a little unusual, we do have a special request. Apparently, the herald of the challenger wants to make a short speech as introduction to our would-be champion. Okay, and one of the side gates open up, and you see Carlton walk out holding your banner, dressed in his finest, colorful clothing that he just purchased.
This is the banner you made, right?
Yes, the one with all the secret symbols on it.
Yeah. What's the whole about?
The symbols like "I worship chaos" and so forth, walking out into the middle of the place.
Let's hope not.
Just an arrow comes out of nowhere.
So,
I know where.
yes.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
That looks like
That's a
the
funny
elder.
looking bird on that thing. What is that?
I actually stole one of your arrows.
So he strides out to the center, and there's a hush across the crowd, and then he begins to speak.
Are they booing us?
Ballad of Sir Milton.
Oh, turn it up a
In
little.
lands of yore where chaos reigned, a hero rose by destiny ordained. Milton his name, a noble soul, with courage and purpose he took control. Amidst dark forests and mountains high, monsters lurked beneath the sky. Fearsome creatures chaos spawn, threaten the realm from dusk till dawn. Armed with sword and heart of fire, Milton vowed to never tire. Through perilous quests he strode ahead, facing monsters that filled hearts with dread. A dragon fierce, its scales ablaze, challenged Milton in a fiery maze. With unwavering valor he stood his ground, striking the beast, victory unbound. Beneath the moon's ethereal glow, he faced a serpent's venomous flow. With shield held high and eyes aflame, he conquered the creature, ending its claim. Through haunted swamps and haunted halls, Milton ventured where darkness falls. Undying spirits and wraiths unseen, he banished them all, his armor keen. In caverns deep, a chimera arose, its roars like thunder, its breath froze. Milton battled through night and day, till the beast fell, turned to clay. A sorceress with eyes of deceit tried to ensnare, lay a treacherous feat. Milton's spirit, resolute and pure, broke her spell, victory secure. With each triumph his legend grew, a beacon of hope, his actions true. Milton, the cleanser of chaos and strife, for justice he fought, for honor his life. In the annals of time his saga's told, a hero of courage, so brave and bold. Milton's name, a hymn of might, a champion for all in the medieval night.
I just started cheering like, yeah!
Send them that? Or
No, he created it.
Yep, I wrote that.
good job, Dad.
AI assistance.
I was just about to ask. I was like,
That I wrote it myself. No.
I put it in 5 words to prompt it.
That's right. So as Carlton finishes it up, the gates on both sides start to open. He takes a quick glance both ways and then hustles rapidly to the side, out of the way. You see Milton enter the Colosseum from one side. He's dressed in his clothes and has a purple mask on, over his eyes,
But I made it into
like a Zorro mask. Okay. He is holding a fairly crude-looking falchion, at least compared to his normal weaponry and so forth. He has a wooden shield on his other arm. He's looking so far steady as he walks out into the middle of the Colosseum. On the other side, the gate opens up and continues to open up, and then Hellraiser finally appears. A good 8 to 9 feet of muscular oxen musk steps into the arena. He hefts a two-handed maul that is easily the weight of Milton, lifts it over his shoulder, looks at you, looks at the crowd, and brays a bit as the crowd gets all excited, and then starts stamping his feet before he gets ready to charge forward. Okay? At this point, give me a single dice. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's an odd roll, it's hallucinogenic.
Oh. Right? It's a 0.
Okay. So you feel your blood pressure start to rise.
Okay.
You get a plus 20 attack bonus. You get a plus 20 versus pain tolerance or the endurance versus stun. Okay. And I will give you 10% extra hit points.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need me to go with
So you subtract it. No, not at the end and you're dead.
Yes.
Well, it's prophecy rather than a recounting of your prior events.
Now you do feel your vision sort of narrow and turn red, and your ability to think tactically seems to be impaired.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Your ability to concentrate on other things other than bloodlust is limited.
So as it takes effect,
Yes.
I will turn towards the stands, knowing that my compatriots are there,
Okay.
and I will point the falchion out as if to honor them.
Okay.
Each one of them probably thinking it's them that
Sure.
I'm pointing to.
Yeah.
Really, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah. He points his falchion up at the crowd, waving it around,
Yep.
sort of lingering somewhat on the group.
Oh,
About that time, you hear thunder in front of you.
no, but-
It's not thunder, as you see Hellraiser charging towards you. Okay.
Here's the part that I was curious about and why I didn't want to give it to him to begin with. Is he allowed to step out of the way?
To move? He can fight however he wants.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Still, I
The way
just
you
eat
described it
bloodlust,
was,
no
he was
criticals.
here, he'd be like, charging with you.
You can fight however you wish, as far
Okay.
as parry and so forth.
I'm getting the extra 10%.
Okay.
I'm making sure after I added those other points that I've got the right.
Right. The drugs. Now we'll worry about addiction at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
you just can't like.
Because it may not matter.
I'm sure.
On the outskirts of the thing, you vaguely see some dark shapes. On the outskirts of the Colosseum, that are saying, yeah, there might be wraiths. Otherwise, you see Hellraiser bearing down on you.
It's your family.
Okay.
Their souls are
Here,
here.
my children. You guys didn't know I had. Let's see.
So he just can't like cheer to the crowd and stuff like
Okay. All right.
You can't do anything other than combat.
that. Got it.
Or you can, you're just going to have penalties because your mind is focused only on survival and fighting.
I want
So
to figure out
nothing
what
to
color
my
shirt
dodge or shield.
No,
Really,
doesn't
just
affect any of
strength-
that.
Strength and or not strength, attack.
It just
bonus.
has to be combat related.
Gotcha.
Just wait.
It's on Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Alrighty.
This is effectively Donkey Kong versus Mario.
Okay, so let me get to the various documents that I will need. I don't think we're going to need the falchion attack table.
I
He's
have
got
that.
it.
No. You need it once at least. Because he has a fate point.
That's right.
He can survive one attack with a fate point.
That's right.
What
Luckily,
table
that
were we
many-
using for your hammer, Thad?
What was it?
What
Maul.
table were we using for your
Maul.
hammer? A maul? I don't think we have one that's labeled as a maul.
It's
We
done.
should.
Warmatic.
Warmac. Thank you. That's what I thought.
Not a good thing for you.
It's fine. Again, it's gotta hit me.
But when he hits you,
You're
That's
gonna
what the point's for.
How
Did you count how many guns I gave you?
How much
What
defense
is
do you
it?
actually have?
Okay, so
oh,
He's got the other
oh,
one.
okay.
while he's charging across the field, what if anything are you doing?
I am going to focus, scream, and intimidating. Scream at him.
You're going to try to intimidate him?
Try to intimidate him and take my stance. Can I parry?
Yes.
Same way? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will.
He has the movement. He is going to get the charge on you.
Yep.
It's all a matter of what you end up wanting to do.
I'm going to full parry the first attack.
First attack. Okay.
Yep.
After that initial attack, then we'll roll initiative and go there.
Okay.
Okay?
See, what you should have done, you should have, as you charge, just trip him.
But it's gonna be like, here comes the boom. It's gonna be intimidation.
Okay,
Because I don't
so
know how to intimidate.
Go ahead and make an intimidation roll.
All out of the way.
Yeah.
Charge.
I'm rolling intimidation. That's a 92.
Oh.
Let's see, intimidation.
No way.
Yeah, but he's a
Oh,
giant
that's a
fucking
strength.
minotaur. What are you
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do?
a strength. So,
Yeah.
137.
Yeah,
No way.
137.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be affecting him.
He drops his hammer and scampers away. According to the hallucinogens I took, that's what it looks like.
You scream
Yeah.
a unearthly scream that scares you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
The audience is like, ooh.
5-1, let's do it.
To the rest of you, it sounds strangely off pitch.
What, like,
Only one person
like
knows
squeaky
why.
what, like squeaky pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a little bit squeaky and uncertain of itself. Okay. As he rolls in and takes a swipe at you, what is your current defense?
It is 135
135.
With the full parry.
because I have no armor and I only have a shield. And I don't get the same bonuses as I got from the rapier.
But you got plus 20.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, plus 20. My bad. 155. Thank you.
155. Okay.
Already.
I might have
The
taken
drugs have
it.
already addled my mind.
I damn near get a 1 something up. And I was like, my weapon's still a shit. Throw a shield on me.
With my Falchion now, I can now get
plus
135. You said.
155.
55.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
55.
get
Okay.
a maximum bonus of full pairing, but
Okay. He races forward, swings his mattock, and with a loud crack smacks into the ground, sending a pile of dust and dirt flying. You roll out of his way. Now we roll initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a shield?
with my Falchion full pairing,
2d10
19.
plus your bonus.
I can make you feel
He's got
really.
like 100 plus shield skill.
I
It's
can make you
ridiculous.
feel really good right now,
No,
William. I have a 13
actually.
DB. I can't even take dodge. So
That to be
If
If you're an
accurate.
intellectual class.
Completely initiative. There it is. Where's it
I
at?
believe it's your agility bonus.
Oh, the agility bonus. Gotcha.
The bonus plus 2d10.
That to be accurate, it's 117, not
54.
100.
It said it
No,
was more
I
than
got the
100, so
220,
I was
so
right.
64.
And
Your bonus. 2d10 is two numbers between 1 and 10.
Oh, gotcha. So the single digit, not
Right.
the. I gotcha.
I've got it written down somewhere.
Shield Master has plus 1.
17.
17. Okay.
Oh,
Strength plus toughness.
So as he hits the ground near you, you roll out of the way.
skill, minus-
At this point, we're in regular combat. So if you want to parry, you can. It's up to you, but it's going to be trading blows. He goes first.
So he goes first, but I can.
You can parry whatever you want, but what you have left is what you're going to strike back at him with.
So what you could do is you can spend your fortune point to go first, because the fortune point allows you to change initiative order. So you could do that.
You could spend your fortune for that.
You can.
oh, you suggested it. That plan's not valid.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh well.
do you need the
Yes, but that's
fate
what
and fortune?
Ah, douche.
And kill him.
I forgot to say 60 gold was against Milton.
You know,
All,
you have to
all
attack.
the dagger money. All the dagger money.
You know, you have to attack the Minotaur. Well, yes, can't attack.
They're
you.
only aware of the bets that people place
You
publicly.
guys straight up keep cutting my arms off. Like, yo, you should attack him. Oh,
keep
crap,
saying you
I
cast
run
spells.
away.
You know,
Or
it's
the
three.
Minotaur.
It's 3-1 if Milton gets
Hey,
drawn
it's
and
Black
quartered.
Okay, so
Mine's 156.
so this is me assuming that I'm beating him in the initiative order. But you said he goes first.
He goes first.
He goes first.
He will make the first attack. Now you can be defensive and parry, etc., but that's going to restrict what your attack back at him is.
Okay, I will.
He seems agile, strong, and a very capable fighter, as you would expect a Minotaur to be, per previous fighting.
I will parry a 40 additional.
Okay, so 40 points beyond your basic defense.
Correct.
Okay, so what is your defense?
It's gonna be 90.
90.
That's 56 EK.
That's fine. I can take that kind of hit. I'm
20
tough.
gazillion damage.
I got 10%
And that's
extra
100
to my
on
hit
critical,
points.
and
The elf took 3, thank you.
And the game is over.
You guys take emotional damage.
I spend my fate point. Actually, the critical gets rid of your fate points with it.
You are armor type 1?
I would have to be, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if you had special skin or something like that, like a
Oh.
Minotaur.
No, that's not that
Okay.
I know of.
Okay.
Special skin. Yeah, it's soft and pink.
Soft and big skin? Okay. He hefts his Warmatic that was in the ground, lifts it up, spins it, coming mere inches away from your head.
Wow, you're getting
I do a sweet back bend, and you guys just all go, whoa, as it just like, look at them, look back. All right,
Okay.
then I will
stumble.
I will return fire.
Okay.
Not with anything ballistic though.
Okay.
Okay, so
He throws a sword
I
out.
will
Pull
attempt to
him
hit him.
on the
So that's gonna give me that. Okay.
stop willing things into existence.
No,
Is
You need to know his defense?
one oh yeah, I probably should know that.
Probably. That's going to be a 60.
Okay, so that drops that a little bit. And his armor type.
Armor type 3.
Armor type 3. No, gosh, that's like the worst one for this. Oh,
Yep.
yes. Okay,
My favorite
Creatures are the only ones that can have armor type 3.
so nothing.
How?
Okay, so you swing your falchion.
It's the-
It glances off the Minotaur's hide. The rest of the crowd cheers as the blade just sort of bounces off without even penetrating.
Yeah, but you get first strike.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. I get to choose whether I'm going to parry again or not.
Okay, following round. Do you want to parry?
I do.
How much?
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
All of it.
yeah.
I'm going to go with 55, so my total will be.
Okay. Before you do that,
yes.
give me a endurance roll.
So the Minotaur,
Stroke out.
So that's 80.
the Minotaur has impact 3, pierce 3.
Oh,
Surge.
don't do
Oh,
that.
because I got the.
No, we don't
You
know
said
the
it's
Legion
plus
of
20 to the
garbage.
endurance as
Yep.
well. So that's good. That's 150.
Sharpshooter 2,
150.
you have
Okay.
cover.
Okay. You can feel the drug burning through your veins, liver. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, the harder you fight, the faster it burns out.
Oh, smooth. Gotta cool off here.
He just backs off. He's
That's
like,
not a-
oh my god, it's so hot.
That's right. I'm having hot flashes.
In other words, in other words, mechanically, you have an endurance
killed him.
test every turn
gonna get hard.
with a cumulative penalty.
I did not
Time
kill
out.
him. His choice to kill him alone killed him.
It's Warhammer. He only has
Time
like
out.
2 years
Time
left.
Time out! Time!
I'm gonna go to Gatorade. Only blue though. That's the one I like.
My electrolyte imbalance is off right now.
Who's got a banana? I've got a crab.
I want to tap out.
Is there a no here?
Does anyone have
See,
concessions
now
stand?
remember, the rules are all you have to do is touch George and he taps in.
Oh, that's right.
George is just like, what the hell?
George is getting against the real what?
George is sitting there not paying attention to the fight
Now,
while he's got his hand there.
He's 10 feet up, so it's going to be difficult to reach him.
I
But
touch his hand. He looks down like, what?
Get down!
Hits it in the
Bad
nose.
Minotaur. Bad Minotaur.
55 to mine, so that'll be
I don't remember giving you permission to get up here.
105
105.
for mine. Yep.
Okay. So he swings at you a second, third time. 105, you said.
105.
Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure?
Okay. Your reduced defense, apparently, as you strike him across the belly with your falchion, you seem to anger him. He turns and strikes back at you, hitting you for a 28C.
28C.
Yes.
Okay.
It's okay.
I think-
Minor wounds.
Flesh wound.
I was say,
It's only a C.
Let's see what the C. Let's see what the C
And he
does.
breaks both your arms.
I got 10% hit points. Shoot, fellas.
Rib cage? Not.
Yeah.
Rib cage. More like
Okay.
I'm ambidextrous, so I can just change.
Most of it you managed to deflect with the shield, with a loud clang that rings out across the Colosseum. You take 3 extra hits.
that is not as bad as it could have been.
No, that's about as good as it could get.
Alright.
Only one level better could have been happening.
Exactly.
So now keep in mind that adjusts all of your defenses and attacks, assuming you went down by 25%.
Let's
So
see. Divide by 25.
20 minutes later, when he redoes all the math,
31. You'd had to have 100.
Let me do these right now. So I'm gonna get them done right now. And
I bet he wish he hadn't.
yeah, because that's not something I have had to deal with.
No, not normally.
Yeah, yeah.
It's new for you.
25%, if I'm
I
down
know.
25%, it's a minus
10.
10. Okay.
10 off your natural defense and 10 off your attack.
Gotcha. It's
Now
minus
you pair-
20 at the 50% mark. I'm not there
Yes,
yet. I just
yes.
want to make sure.
50% is minus 20, 75 is minus
You might
30.
have the same.
Okay.
Now that parry is already committed, 55.
Plus 10%
So
would
if
be
you
about
went down, I
130.
assume you went below 25%.
Yes.
Okay, so your defense goes down by 10.
Okay.
Any remaining attack you have goes down by 10.
10 as well.
10% of your hit points, just add that back in.
Alrighty. And now it's my turn to attack.
Now it's your turn to attack back.
Alrighty. Okay, here we go.
Well, no, I still would have lost.
That
but
is
the
not.
cramps are terrible.
So I can use fortune and the fate.
Yes.
I can re-roll, and
Yes.
then I can still use the fate to
Yep.
negate something. Okay.
Yep.
I will re-roll,
Okay.
because that's not going to even come close. 69.
Nice.
Alright, minus 10.
That's an 80. With after negatives.
That is an 89, and he has a 60 still, because I didn't hit him the first time.
You did hit him, but didn't do anything.
I don't think we should take.
So
I don't
that
think you
is,
got him.
that's not even on the chart, so we're going to go ahead and go get
89 minus 60 should be on the chart.
29.
It should be at the bottom of the chart,
Yeah,
but
it starts
it's,
at 30 to 37.
okay.
Actually,
Well,
one below.
arguably the charts start at 1, but
Oh, okay.
sure.
Yes, still is.
Okay. So following round, what do you want to do? First, I need an endurance roll.
Yeah. And that'll be with the minus 10 too.
That one I'm not going to affect by the minus 10.
Okay.
If you look in the switch, I'm always looking for more points.
75.
Total?
never goes
75 total. I rolled a 10.
One out
And
of
Okay.
I don't have enough. Wait.
Ask
I have resolve,
Don't ask about the
which
other
lets
two.
me choose one, right? If I burn it.
Sure.
Really, I do that.
That's literally like how colleges come up with their.
I'm fine with that.
Yep. I will not fail.
Okay.
Rather than roll the result of the
50%,
test, choose the number instead. Always
Okay. So
succeed.
you burn a resolve,
Yep.
willing the drug to continue
That's
affecting
right.
you.
Continue drug. Okay, and that's the resolve. That's the big one. That's
No,
resilience.
Resilience is the big one.
Yep.
Resolve is the
Glad I
challenge.
got 3 of those. Okay, not anymore. 2 of them. Okay,
Okay.
so the
How much defense you going to have
resolve
this round?
went well.
0. Full attack.
Hey, you could. It's an option.
I'm going to.
Somebody moving the table? Or am I just shaking?
I mean, I can move the table if you want.
I am now.
That's somebody else now. Somebody else.
I thought I was like very shaky.
I will do 40.
40 points?
Yep, which will give me with the minus 10 and 80.
An 80. Okay.
Still getting it.
I need to keep a little bit in the tank. See what's up.
Okay.
I have no idea. It's a 1. It's a 1. He hits himself.
You should have thrown the falchion from the beginning. Just came out.
Just
Get the initiative. Kill
As
him.
he's charging across the field, just double hand that sucker.
pick up his.
He pauses, takes the falchion, cracks it,
Bites through it.
throws the handle back at you, and kills you.
You had basic pinnacles, right?
Right.
It's a game of just tossing the scimitar.
Back and forth.
Staggered by the previous blow,
Yeah.
he turns and strikes you a second time for a 22B.
Okay.
He's weakening.
That's
He's
right,
obviously slowing down.
He's hitting me for less every time. Come on.
It's just getting used to his class. That was a 1, Dad.
Yes.
Not a 9.
Yes. You take 4 extra hits
Okay.
and are forced to parry at minus 20.
Okay.
Okay? So now that goes away automatically on your action, so it doesn't really have any bearing.
Gotcha.
Unless there was a second Minotaur beating on you, then it would.
Right. Then it matters. But not this time.
One of them
That's,
accidentally
that's,
gets
that's,
out.
that's
So-
in 2 rounds.
My attack first.
When they bring out reinforcements.
That's right.
This one's just.
So I only
it
did
didn't
40,
bring out
so
razor
that's
yet.
good.
Yeah. Razor has
All right.
two
I just
fingers.
have to
Did
make
that
a
drop
little
you below 50?
They thought it was
Okay.
Razor R-A-I-S-E-R, but instead it was R-A-Z-O-R.
Another thing
They
you
didn't
can do,
think about
you can
it.
use resolve to ignore the criticals from his hits.
You,
Oh,
you
that's
can.
good. But
You
that
can.
one, that one
Yeah.
wasn't that bad. But yeah, that's
Well,
good enough.
And those are the ones that you gain never gain.
No, those would be the permanent ones. Stay
No,
Up
the
top, yeah.
resilience.
That's
are
the
Oh,
choose your
that's,
numbers.
yeah, that's the permanent
yeah,
one.
immune to criticals. That's all.
Well,
Oh, all right, all right, all right, all
I
right.
feel like
All right,
I
all right, all
I
right.
feel like that's not correct then, because in base Warhammer it's
40 off
Well,
of that.
I'm just going off what that is.
And
House
I mean,
rules,
still
George.
60
House rules.
is
You base the house rules off of the actual book.
House rules, George. House rules.
House always wins.
Boy, cut that out.
God. Son of a gun. I missed.
You missed? Okay.
Wait. I could choose a number.
With
You can.
With your fate point.
No, with the
No.
resilience.
Oh.
No, the resilience. So if I do that with this other resilience point, I can also
So we can do 2 points again.
open ended still counts.
Mhm.
So if I say 99,
You all
I
gain.
can roll again.
Full shebang. Do
I
it.
might as well. Might as
I was
well.
gonna say, why would you choose 99?
Right.
Nah.
100.
I would.
Yeah, 100. Okay.
No, he
100.
wants one less.
Because then they don't think I'm cheating, yo. I got this, no performance enhancing
No, the
drugs.
beam of light that encourages your weapon.
Okay, so burn second resilience. So 100
Well,
and
doubles.
1.
Are you serious? Oh
It's a 1
god.
and a 0 0. That says 100 to me.
Oh my god.
So
I was literally sitting here going, man, it'd be funny if that was a 1. And then
you ruined it.
You ruined it, man.
I didn't verbalize it.
It's fine.
Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't
You,
matter.
you willed the thought into existence.
Damn it.
But that does allow me to hit for a 12 because I can't take the BK.
Okay. So you strike him sufficiently for 12 points.
Yep.
1/20th of his health.
He recoils in shock and surprise.
Uh-huh.
What is your defense for the following round? And then roll the
Outrageous.
endurance roll.
Captain.
So I
Sean,
will.
you're enjoying this way too much.
It's only been 6 games building
I
up to
will
this.
do
I
Months.
I
no
often
defense,
wish I
all
was
attack,
You're going to go all out.
all attack, and endurance roll, you said, right?
Yes.
I really wish I was in this.
You don't want to do that, dude.
I do.
Oh, he's gonna learn how hard a war medic is.
That is 95
95. Total?
total.
You already sent me that.
After all your penalties or bonuses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, even with the bonuses. Then yeah.
Okay.
Plus
So
bonus round,
you feel your the drug burn out, unless you want to spend your last resilience to continue it again.
And it's about
Would it be resilience for that or resolve? Where where you just ignore the condition,
It's picking a dice roll.
picking a dice roll. And you're not gonna tell me what kind of penalties I'm gonna take when this happens. Okay, I'm gonna burn it.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn it.
That's what I would
Burn
have
him
done.
in.
You might as well
Last
at this point.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
that's it.
Again, you will outside. You see him sweating, covered in sand, bit of blood, and so forth as he
Got
holds it.
mine.
What's his name? Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Oh, Blazer.
Drink danger.
A little bit shocked by your strike against him, steps back and assumes a defensive stance.
Huh?
Sure he does.
So go ahead and make your attack. He is not attacking this round.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
I will.
change the beast.
Okay, so I get
And
all
now
of
you
it,
will write
all of
out
it this
the
time.
stadium.
You do. You're gonna have a bit of a penalty.
You got the small symbol.
Yeah, sure. 133, and then it's not 60. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be higher than that. It's
Yep.
gonna be with his defense and his parry. It's gonna be 130.
And that makes it a 7.
Okay.
So
So you flail wildly at him, swinging as hard as you can without any sense of defense on yourself.
Yep.
He steps back, holds it up, and basically just walks out of your reach
okay.
without really much thought. Seeing that you're not stunned, he seemed to be reacting partially to the fact that you hit him, as well as he thought he had you stunned.
Yeah.
He renews his attack and is going back on full attack at this point.
I will do no additional defense.
Okay, you're gonna go. You're
I'm going
focused full attack. Okay,
Full attack, and
give
you
me
get
give me another endurance roll.
Minotaur only has plus 70?
Yes.
No, he has a two-handed weapon.
Thank you, thank you.
That's something
It's
I
a
don't think anybody
155.
else has been doing though. So just let
You're the only one with a two-handed weapon typically. Thad does it, but he never parries.
155.
155. Okay. And so the drug is apparently renewed. It's continuing at this point, no, without issue. So figure out how much, if anything, you wish to parry. He is not parrying at this
This
point.
is my full attack because I had already said I wasn't parrying. it.
But it's this round, yes.
Yep.
Okay, so you are going to go full attack. So he's going to make his strike against you. What is your defense at this point?
It is. Whoops, minus 10.
I like the sacrifice defense for bonus on the
It is
I'm going to use 3 dodge tokens.
50.
50?
Wait,
After
what?
that minus
Your
10 you
defense?
have, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your defense?
Yeah.
Hey, you're not at mine yet. Mine's 13,
Right.
so you're not the lowest yet.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I feel like that's been like that. George.
50.
56. Eat crush.
Try an 84
Okay.
E-Crush.
So we know what I'm going to do. I'm
Fall?
going to use the fortune point.
Okay, and nullify it?
Fake.
I'm going to nullify it. So in the middle of this, I immediately turn towards the crowd and put my hands out like I'm some kind of savior.
Okay.
Nothing, and it just
As
slams
a blast
down.
of light just
Yeah,
keeps
hit,
on-
slams
you
next to
see
me.
Milton out in the crowd. He like strikes at the creature, pushing the Minotaur back momentarily. The Minotaur roars, raises it over his head, swings at him, and at the last moment, Milton just steps out with a flourish as the mattock hits the ground. Fate intervening.
Now.
And then he takes a hopefully decent strike against him.
Full on power attack. Do we have power
No
attack?
curse.
And then he calls for the bullies.
Strike my bull.
Help! Help!
Ooh, okay. All right. And he's not. So he's only got 60.
60.
Right. So that's better.
Ooh,
That's better.
Dad, quick question. Would you be willing to give him, let him use resolve to negate the minuses for his hit point lower? Like his hit
If
points?
he had any left, yes, but he just used all 3.
He should have
Yep.
kept out of the drug because that's what would have allowed him to ignore the hit point damage.
I was,
He
I just
he
dancing,
definitely would not have
just-
cared.
Just dancing around him the whole
Yep.
time. Mushrooms.
That was kind of why I gave him that combination. But, he should have said, "I can't go out both. Let's do this."
So,
And then he strikes out
Yes.
before he ever gets in the arena.
It's all right. He wouldn't have cared.
is an 11.
11 points. Okay.
You're doing nothing to it.
Now it's time.
Now,
to
arguably, like I said, the rules state you can't do any criticals.
right.
That doesn't prevent you from doing any criticals.
I understand. that.
Okay, so if you choose to, you
Right.
can.
Right.
But the rules state you're not allowed to.
Gotcha. Now
This
back-
is such a bullshit competition.
It is. It's supposed to be.
Hey,
Think about gladiator fights. They literally put lions in the arena with people with no weapons.
they were
This
just
is nothing like a lion.
They were criminals. They deserve
Well,
it.
they
I'm not a
gave him a
criminal.
sword.
Not
I'm
all
almost
time.
noble.
You mean the
I'm
people
almost
they just
noble.
went into Egypt and stole and then were just like,
Yes.
all right, they were criminals.
Okay.
We don't have lions.
I think those are Peter.
They're literally just
They
living
were
there.
deserters.
This is the next closest.
They were
Follow-
in the desert.
Following
trying to
around,
build.
give me an endurance roll,
Oh, yeah.
and then tell me what, if any, defense you have.
I was still waiting for the next
I'm
competition
pretty sure
to
the
go.
peanut butter. Oh, George,
Endurance
Ran out
is
of
110.
minotaurs.
110?
110.
Okay. Now, the drug does fade at this point.
Okay. So all the positives are gone.
All the positives are gone.
I will do a.
You have no negatives as of yet.
Okay. I will do.
How does the 10%
Well,
work?
We're gonna lose a lot of.
What 10%?
Yeah.
His hit points.
40.
I'm not.
What do you mean?
I've already taken
You
2/3
gave
of his
him a
life
10%
away.
boost
2
on hit
hits.
points.
That's all it took.
And I'm done donating to the group.
That goes away.
Okay.
So that 10%
Yeah,
boost
threw
on
away
hit points
all I gave
goes
him.
away.
I did
No,
not.
no,
so
I
that
still have
drops
all the
me,
money
yeah,
you gave
so that
me.
drops me.
Okay.
I only put like 5 gold on.
Okay. So
I'm not a gambling
I
man.
paid wizards.
in that case, I will use 40.
40 on defense?
40 on defense.
Okay.
Man, that's rough.
Okay.
Okay.
We're starting.
It's alright.
make
Okay.
it
Okay.
difficult.
He takes a
Only
swipe
have
at you.
6 additional wizards.
40 plus all your negatives, dude.
Uh,
Your attack bonus is like minus
You have to start
70.
a tower, don't you?
I already
40
have
total?
no,
Yeah, he finds
70.
nothing
It was
else.
40
70.
added, so
Okay.
now it's 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
He can miss this, right?
Sure.
It's turned into the witch.
I look at my son
witch
for help. Like, right?
With my 13 DB, what am I gonna do?
No, I just meant.
I'm gonna get him,
no,
guy.
I meant like I look at you for like.
He hit you
Cheering
for
you.
a 74E.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, that's
Don't
what
do
that-
it.
this might be a
But it
problem.
does-
74 E.
Yeah.
What's the
absolutely,
what's the
because
critical
slayers double
do
and triple damage
before
against bigger people.
this
Man,
is
I'm
the
playing
big
the
one?
wrong
It's the big one.
characters.
You raise an arm up to lift to strike him,
Yeah.
I'm
or
at
to
every
hold off.
character I play.
He brings the Matic down, smashing your shield. You take 6 extra hits, 1 round of stun, which will go away momentarily,
Yep.
and he has an advantage for the following round.
He won't need that advantage because I crumble to the ground.
Okay.
It's,
So you go down.
yeah, I don't have a choice. I don't say that.
Okay.
Then you just and bully save you.
And you guys on the side, you see Milton go down. The bullies immediately start running forward. Hellraiser kicks away the knife, raises the Matic, and with a good swipe, there's no more Milton head.
Can we intervene?
How do you want to intervene?
Man, you're right.
What?
Here's what I bet on.
You made some money, I bet.
Yeah, I'll put it this way: it's fully apparent Hellraiser is taking a grudge out, and he's about to finish him off well before the bullies can get there.
Grudge?
So if you want to do something, you're more than welcome to.
He cut him twice.
Yeah.
I did it.
That's more than
He didn't
anyone
expect
else.
you.
If you
I'm
want
gonna
to
yell out-
interfere, you are certainly welcome to.
Well, that's one of my issues gone.
The terrorists aren't angry anymore.
God to kill the girl.
I'm gonna yell out a challenge to him and head to the fence.
You're right at the edge of the thing. If you want to jump down into the pit, you're welcome to.
You can't win.
Oh, well, we're criminals again.
It doesn't
I
matter.
didn't sign up. If I jump in there, that's on me.
With full armor.
And my hammers.
Breaks
and my,
every rule that's in the entire rule. I'm the bully now.
what do the bullies look like?
I got
You said they were bullies, but they're like circus clowns. They have weapons. or
No,
anything?
they have clubs and things like that. Their basic job is to distract the Minotaur and or herd him back in, just like a rodeo clown type thing. That's what their job is. Okay, they're running in, and part of the caveat of the competition was yes, occasionally the Minotaur finishes off the challenger because they can't get very close to it. The Minotaur is pretty dangerous. Now, once the fight is over, as soon as it is, they react and they start charging forward.
This is why I didn't want to be in the stands also, because I would probably be one of the guys like.
Right.
Yeah, I jump over the edge.
You're going to jump in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. You jump in. What are you going to do as soon as you hit the ground?
As he
Point my hammer at him
Okay.
and challenge him. Intimidate. Roll an intimidate. Challenge. Make a scream.
Okay. Give me an intimidate roll.
As he does that, I
One
get
by
up.
one, we leave the Minotaur.
Okay. You start leaving.
I'm gonna get up and leave.
Okay.
I'm sticking around for this.
I'm watching one person die. I'm not watching two.
I'm just saying there.
I'm not affiliated with this. I can't even let you guys know because I'm sitting in the normal seats and everyone else is in the fancy spots.
To my last breath.
I know,
You
I'm
were
just like,
supposed to be
yep,
taken.
I'm
No,
done.
just kidding.
Demoralized.
Huh?
Demoralized.
What?
Do you have any resilience?
Yeah.
You see, the thing is, once he dies,
I
we
would
can do whatever.
absolutely
And
love
I'm the
to
party.
say.
If you pulled
Yeah.
I'll reroll.
doing crits.
All wizards.
Oh yeah.
And
His first
if you
act
told
is
me, I
either
would have went in there
plus
for you.
Not bad.
Witch or
Wizard.
wizard.
Your shield or your
I
armor.
would
No,
just
I
stand
can't
up
be-
on my feet.
171.
My
171?
would be like
Okay. The Minotaur pauses mid swing, looks over at you, grunts. He sees the bullies starting to head for him. Several of them peel off and head towards you. And the crowd is like shrieking in panic and fear and so forth because the crowd is getting involved. And that's not what they're used to. What are you going to do at that point? You've at least gotten the Minotaur to pause. It's probably 2 rounds until the bullies can get to him.
Charge him. Charge him.
No, I don't want to fight him. Right?
Stinky Minotaur.
I just the fight is over. Stand down. Just yeah.
Okay, just try to keep intimidating him.
Just try to keep him from fucking finishing Milton. And I don't want to fight him
Okay.
because I don't want to piss off the nobility of the city and everything. But at the same time, I'm just trying to stop Milton from getting his head chopped off.
Okay, yeah, you're trying to distract him long enough.
Right,
Okay.
I'm acting as a bully, not as
Then
an
the bomb
actual.
goes off.
Right.
Okay.
Even though I want to kill
I
this
found
motherfucker. But after having watched the performance with him, I'm like, I ain't taking this fucker on by myself.
This makes a difference. He's not chopping my head off. He's crushing it underneath a giant ball.
Same
Do I
difference.
have
Yeah.
line of sight, vision, anything to everything's going on? where
You can hear the change in tone.
Okay.
You can't hear it, or you can't see it. No.
Yeah, I'm good then.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give me another intimidate roll.
Mosh pit. Everyone
Yeah, I'm not doing this.
Is there
leaving.
any
His
access point?
attention is not on Milton anymore, right?
He's looking at you at this point.
Is there any access point I can get to where I can see?
No.
Six.
You might be able to see through the boards or something, but I mean it's through people's feet and legs.
138.
So
Let's see.
138. Okay. He pauses, focusing on Milton, turns, stamps his feet, and starts huffing it straight towards you.
Whoops. Oops.
Okay.
Okay.
George is the next party leader.
Actually, as
He's
he
got seniority.
as he charges, I'll do a.
Man, he didn't put his money down. It's gonna be lost in the pit. Oh.
Wonder where he left all my guns.
Oh.
Huh? Your guns? Oh, they're right here.
Oh.
He's got 2 blunderbusses and all the guns.
Yeah, Joe. How far away is he?
He's a full move away. I mean, if you want to pull a gun, you can. You don't have a lot of time.
Nah.
This
No,
little
I have a
boomstick?
better idea.
It worked.
So not only are we
We'll
against
carve a
you
little
to
hole.
disrupting a public entertainment, but noise complaints.
I'm not sticking around. Bad
So
things
a
are
couple
There's
of the
about to be a noise
a
complaint.
couple of the bullies near you
Yeah.
move over and stand in front of you, between you and the Minotaur,
Okay.
waving their clubs and their brightly colored clothing, trying to distract the Minotaur.
Hey,
And Gar's just looking straight at
On a
you.
very serious note, if I can use my special dagger to quickly carve a hole that I might be able to shoot through, even if it's at penalties, let me know.
Okay.
And I mean quickly, obviously. It's gonna be
Yeah, it's only 6-second round, so I mean you're just barely aware there's a change in the tone of the fight.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be able to see it as it ends. Going, oh, what would
Hey,
happen?
Dad, I'm gonna send you something real quick.
I'm gonna. I'll just do a quick pray
Okay.
to give myself strength.
Okay.
Actually, what am I?
I'm really happy they're doing better this year so far.
I'm happy they're doing better this year.
Strength, toughness.
Except for the fact that we can't buy tickets. They've been sold out since week 1. They released an extra 1,500
Sorry, Sean.
standing room only for every home game, sold out. Every away game.
Yeah, I'll just do
Green
strength
Bay,
because that'll do
three-quarters of the
so
stadium
many
was
things
full.
for me.
They bought
All right,
the
we're gonna do a quick
tickets.
pray.
Like, that's what happens.
Standing room is fine.
Oh,
though, 'cause
oh,
half the time
yeah.
you have to stand there and see
That's
everything.
open at 96
'Cause everyone's
plus
And the tickets are cheap.
43. 96 plus 43.
139.
What?
150.
139.
Okay,
Okay.
so 149
Okay.
plus. Hold on. 149 plus 82.
You actually got a 221.
221.
Sure.
So
There's a gleam from your hammer as your prayers are answered, and you gain strength.
which will last so long.
It'll probably last a
It's
while.
enough
Yes.
to pull yourself back up into
Well,
the stands.
actually, since I have so many more targets,
Give them all strength.
I'm gonna give the bullies a streak too.
Okay. They feel stronger.
And I'm just gonna stand there and wait for them and be like, all right,
Okay.
go to your pin. Go to your pin before you get your head
Start
smashed
showing
in.
off
Okay.
muscles.
The Minotaur charges forward and takes a swipe at the first bully while they try to dodge.
Oh, okay.
They're right in front of me, like, so I can't interpose.
You can't interpose. They're specifically interposing in front of you.
These are some brave
That's their
motherfuckers.
job, man.
That's their job.
I paid them good money ahead of time to do a good
Would
job.
they be a bully or a
I
bully?
did pay them.
You're saying you should be paid. You should have been paid. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, this is
Holy
like
bullies.
he obviously really wants to repay that debt.
I forgave that
Well,
debt.
you forgave him, but he's still in his mind thinks I gotta
I'd
repay
be
that
eating
debt.
out of the trash can.
Loyalty to my friends, man.
Okay.
Milton has saved my ass many times.
Okay. The first bully takes a fairly significant hit as he is knocked airborne and back 10 feet into the wall. He drops to the ground stunned, heavily wounded, but primarily winded, stunned from the strike. The other bully starts striking at Hellraiser, holding him off somewhat, and you can see several of the other bullies running forward.
Okay,
The entire town.
I'll just hold. I'll
Okay.
let the bullies do their job.
Okay.
So
Maybe
maybe the nobility will give me a little forgiveness.
they close in fairly quickly, and although they take a few more hits and so forth, they're able to round up.
While they're doing that,
Mhm.
okay, because it sounds like this is taking more than one.
A few rounds, yeah.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna rotate around to Milton,
Okay.
right, and kind of stand over his body,
Okay.
just protecting Milton, and I'm gonna look down as he's still breathing.
He
Right.
seems to be breathing. It's rather ragged and strained.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't heal you with my prayers, so
Okay. So I mean, yeah, you skirt around the central fight. They manage to wrangle the Minotaur and at least distract it enough such that it forgets about the fight, and they eventually work it into one of the back areas. You get a view. You can't open up a big enough area to be able to take shots or anything, but you're able to at least observe what's going on. You see, for some reason, Frederick is now in the middle of the field, full armor, shining in the sunlight, standing over Milton's broken body. As soon as
seriously should have took that or bet that.
as soon as
what? That I was gonna intervene?
That was what I was going to do. I missed out on so much stuff by missing one game session.
Yeah.
I was going to place a bet that you were going to intervene with my crowd, my people. And several others.
as soon as the Minotaur is secured,
And you see my
while they're securing him, several other guys come out, pick up his body, the weapon, the sword, and everything, and hustle him back out into the
that's cool.
locker rooms.
Do they grab the bully as well?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I want to make sure that he's taken care of as well.
Yeah,
so-
they take him back through the gate. You're not permitted to go back there unless you want to force your way
If I do
through.
something really cool, like if the bullies getting
In the meantime, you see several militia starting to gather around the outskirts, as far as for the interference and so forth.
That's fine. I'll just
Okay.
walk to the nearest exit gate.
Okay.
Just nonchalantly walk to the nearest exit gate.
Okay.
Now that he's being taken care of.
So I need you to give me a blind GM endurance roll for the lingering effects of said drug.
This is so the benefit from the drug.
He does not have the benefits of the drug.
Does he have negatives?
addiction to that. It's
I
not
have-
that cheap.
I have modifiers.
Okay.
I can get it.
I didn't know.
So,
negatives was
2d10, right?
It's percentile.
Oh, okay.
Endurance.
I didn't know.
But
It
is
was
the wounds count?
Wounds count, yes.
I expected better out of
count,
you, my
count
man.
for the endurance.
Yeah.
You got your ass handed to you.
Okay, so I gotta take away the bonus I got for the drug.
Yep.
So that's, yeah.
That's a negative point.
And my points are down low enough. It doesn't go below negative 30, does it?
No.
Okay. So it's gonna be.
I thought about giving you the strength bonus as well,
It would have been a trigger.
They said no magical interference.
which is why I didn't.
Okay, so I
Say
click.
not magic. Magic's much better.
So I hope this
Give him the
works
crown
a
of
little.
Zelda.
Honestly,
Give him the crown
Blind-
of
it
flame.
says blind GM roll. We'll see if.
Okay.
Did I do it right?
I saw it.
Anybody else?
nope.
Okay.
Okay.
The last roll's from 13.
I mean, admittedly, he could have jumped into the arena and burnt the body.
He just goes in and he's like,
Boom!
just stares at everybody while he does it too. He'll be fine. I've done this 100 times before.
I burn everybody.
It's got the pool lava in the arena now.
Medical fire.
Yeah, that's right. Ah,
And they were all crushing wounds.
I'm gonna in my downtime.
He's not bleeding.
In my time is outside the story now. I'm gonna be creating him a fireball medical license.
Okay, so given the extra commotion, most of the ceremony and everything breaks up relatively quickly. The guard arrives, especially with Schutzman there, who's the commander of the city watch. They take you in for questioning. At the end of it, they don't really care that you didn't do anything per se other than interfere with an official event.
The event was over, and I'll make that argument every time somebody brings it up. He was down, the event was over, and you were going to kill a man for no reason.
We weren't going to kill him, but sure. That's what the bullies are there, and people die. It happens. So, as far as bets, I don't believe anybody bet in favor of the Minotaur. So all that money is gone.
There's so much money.
That was a bit.
So
Not for
much
me.
money.
Okay. After about an hour or so, pretty much the entire event is done, and given your involvement and obvious attachment to the champion, a runner comes up and says, "It looks rather nervous." When he walks up,
I'll just death clear him.
okay.
I'm in no mood to fucking dig with anybody at this point.
I've been instructed to take you to Milton, sir.
Let's go. And it's
Okay.
Where stop?
He takes you down into the fighting pits to where they treat wounds and injuries and so forth. The bully's over on the side. He's wrapped up in bandages and whatnot. There's a couple of priests working on him. He stops at the door and points to one of the cots where there's a body that's covered up.
all right. I'll walk over to it.
Okay. On the side of the table is Milton's hat, his mask, and so forth. The sheet is rather bloody and dirty. You pull it off. There is a body that looks like Milton, is covered in purple bruises and so forth, and looks like was bleeding from the ears and eyes, and is currently dead. However, it is not Milton.
It wasn't me. I swear to God, I didn't do it unless he tells me I was able to get in there.
Damn it, terrorist.
Yep, terrorist.
My first thought was purple bruises and stuff. It's like next thing we called out.
My hands are purple. They're all crunched.
I turn around and look at the runner. When did he die?
I don't know when he died. He died shortly after the fight, I believe. I was told to retrieve you.
Who was tending him?
He points to several of the priests that are here.
All right. I'll walk over to one of the priests.
Okay, several priests of Shalia. They say, yeah,
What happened?
he had some sort of allergic reaction. We brought him out. He looked like he was going to be fine. Next thing we know, he was convulsing and spitting up blood.
Okay. So, can I use an intuition to see if they're lying?
You can give me a blind GM roll and let me know.
Okay.
If I could
Since
have
you
done
don't
it,
necessarily know whether they're lying or not, but
Man,
This is not milk.
Glasses now.
I asked
It
It
looks-
looks close enough, but it's
it looks close.
Sean was very
but
close
is definitely
to the
not.
question I asked.
Okay.
You've known Milton for several months,
Yeah.
And I was like,
intimately or otherwise, and you certainly know this is not Milton.
Okay.
That's what you've been doing the last 4 days?
Slash
I did buy
roll.
him food.
He did.
I mean, that's how he became a war priest instead of trash eater.
Yep, ever since that first meal, you've known Milton.
Yeah.
Slash
There's
roll
still
blind
blood.
GM.
Right above it, there's some icons. Click on the ghost, I think. No, not that one.
And I saw
Um,
it, and I was like,
Blind GM roll.
Yeah, blind GM roll. Click on that one.
If there's silver pockets with his belongings.
Is it still slash roll?
Yeah, everything else is normal.
Okay. See if that worked.
I received a roll.
I don't see it.
And did you see the results?
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, that worked. Yeah, they appear to be telling the truth. They seem confused as to why you're even asking.
Okay.
The bullies brought him in straight from the fight. We set him here, started tending to his wounds. Next thing we know, he started convulsing, and then he's at the state that he is. We think he might have been taking some drugs. Ronald's Delight, we suspect.
Okay. Where? I'm gonna send a runner.
They actually gave you.
Right. I'm gonna find that runner.
It's still there.
Okay. I'm gonna give him a silver.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna give him a description of the fire mage
Okay.
and tell him to go get him now.
Okay.
He would have been dead.
Okay.
It only has a
Meanwhile, Matt,
40% fatality rate.
you're wandering around the bottom of the place. You manage to sneak in because most of the attention really is on the main gates and the actual fight. So you're able to relatively easily sneak in through under one of the tarps that spans the thing. You go around and before the fight, during the fight, and really after the fight, you search. Other than perhaps some questionable construction here and there doesn't seem to be anything amiss. When the tone of the fight changes, something obviously has happened out there. Doesn't sound like explosions or anything like that, obviously, but you get the sense that something went wrong with the fight or different with the fight, because the crowds tend to broke up a lot faster than they typically would have.
Well, we know there's some demons.
That's not the PvP you want.
If it's cleared out, I guess I'm just gonna wait underneath.
I can do pretty
See
well.
if I can figure out a way to get out from underneath and mix back in.
It's easy enough. There's plenty of crowds. Nobody's really watching that closely. So, okay. Bit after the fight, you've seen Milton carried or led away by the guards who question him. A bit after that, a messenger runs up to you and says he was asked to summon you
Okay.
and take you to see Milton the champion.
Okay. Sure.
Okay?
Yeah, champion. The champions win.
I just answered.
Okay. Erdem shows up.
All right. Is there a door on this room?
No, it's a large locker
Like
room.
infirmary
Yeah,
type
infirmary
thing?
type thing. There, I mean, there's several beds. There's only a couple people in it, but there's the priest nearby.
All right. I'm gonna give you the raised eyebrow of,
Can I examine the body?
and I'll.
Sure.
I'm gonna walk over, pull the sheet back, and be like,
What would you like to use? I have lore medicine,
found the
trade
bag of
barber,
drugs that you
lore
did there?
anatomy, heal.
I think we'll go with barber.
I'm gonna lean over to you and
He
whisper,
found his clone. Now he found your clone.
what if the hand recruited him? Right.
It's hostile.
So why don't we actually throw a funeral for Milton using his body, and he can stay undercover and come find us later.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure he died how the doctors say he died, though, real quick.
This isn't Milton.
Well, yes, but we saw the dead body here.
She was time with the corpse. Let the guy have time.
My mind's telling me no.
You know what they say? Love's only a curl on iron away.
Okay. So give me a barber roll first,
A barber? Okay.
as far as the basic damage to the body, or medicine.
Love it.
Barber surgeon.
That was one of the worst.
Oh, I was thinking hairstylist.
Yeah.
It is. But in the Middle Ages, barbers were also the surgeons because they're the ones skilled with the knives.
Sweeney Todd.
Except he made them the meat pies.
Milton meat.
They had the meat pies at the carnival already.
That's where the spinning,
There's gonna be meat pies with an M on it.
the spinning red and white poles
Yeah.
that were common for some barbershops are from the
Yeah.
white rags
Yeah.
that hang outside.
It's the Milton.
Okay. Yes, the wounds on the body, the physical wounds, are consistent with the wounds that you saw in the fight.
Okay.
The clothing that he's wearing looks as like a direct copy, at least, of Milton's clothes.
Okay.
Where's your
And
Is there
crier?
a bag of fingers? Where's the crier at?
Where's
then
his
do
crier?
you want me to do a different check for other knowledge?
For the lore, give me a lore roll also.
Yeah.
Anatomy?
Prior is in
Sure.
Magic?
I thought you had one for medicine.
I have lore medicine also.
Give me a lore medicine.
Same values.
Okay. Yeah, you are familiar with Renaud's Delight. It's a highly addictive combat drug, is what I would term it as, that has a tendency to overwhelm the body's internal functions. It makes you particularly potent for a limited time in combat, but if you're not strong enough, it tends to burn you out completely. The symptoms that Milton seems to have suffered from seems to match up with that.
Okay. Is the body like It looks similar to Milton, but is there like, does it look different just because like the body's swelled up, or like they're different like facial features?
There's
and
different
stuff like
facial
that?
features that when you're close you can tell. From a distance, you wouldn't be able to tell. Certainly not with a mask on.
Okay.
Maybe they just dress somebody up.
Is there any? Is it magical?
No. There's no magical influence. The priest is magical right now. He still has lingering prayers on him.
Okay.
Okay?
He appears to have died.
That'll be 16,000 gold.
Right. It's only 10,000 with your copay.
He appears to have died,
Until he was
as will you.
Within striking distance. I just want to put that out there.
But no, all the wounds and stuff are consistent with Renault's Delight and the Minotaur strikes. So whatever this body was in the fight.
Ronald's Delight, you know, is an illegal street drug.
Okay.
It's common in warrior types.
So are you saying that this is the person that was fighting and we...
That's what it seems like, yeah. So
Were
someone.
we far enough away that somebody, a doppelganger, would be able to...
This guy's a close enough match. Certainly with the mask, you wouldn't have been able to tell.
I'm thinking before the fight when we left him to go into the training
Yeah,
area, sparring
kidnapped or
area.
something. Okay. Well, let's continue what we would do. Like, let's have a funeral for this guy and everything,
Okay.
right? So,
Are we in by the sparring area?
By the sparring area?
Well, where Milton would have gone to prepare for the fight and everything.
You're close to that, sure.
Just on the way out, we can like.
poke our heads in there. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So, I'll ask one of the healers. What do we do with the bodies after this? Will you transfer it to the local cemetery?
We'll toss it off the Pauper's Cliff unless you want to pay for a ceremony.
I'll pay for a ceremony.
Okay.
How much is
So their normal option, the Church of Manon takes care of it. Yeah.
Banana. Sorry, you were doing it. I feel like I'm still more.
It might be more.
More is like
Pretty
the gods of
typical behavior for
cemetery
an
and
elf.
death and stuff like that.
Okay.
So.
There is a cemetery in town, but given Middenheim's history, the cemetery grounds are very limited. So only the most wealthy people manage to secure a
What
plot
will
there.
it cost?
Multiple gold, on the order of 40 to 50 gold.
Okay.
Okay. The typical
Sure.
citizen level burial is you can pay a few copper and they'll actually bury them. Most people, honestly, they take the bodies and they take them up to the highest cliff and they toss them over.
Quit.
Milton doesn't deserve that.
That's up to you.
How long will they hold the body for? Until I can make proper arrangements.
This afternoon at most. They're not going to hold the body.
You only used one of. Did I give you all of these drugs I bought?
No, you gave me 2.
Holy shit!
One is hidden in the beginning area.
That's no realize
Two of
it
each,
gets
or
stashed.
maybe
Four
four.
gave me just 2. So it was 2 things, and you were gonna tell him which drug I was gonna give.
We have a drug dealer in the group.
Not my fault.
A terrorist, a drug dealer,
Like Renault's Delight.
a ruthless bounty hunter.
How'd you die? Matt killed me.
Yeah, was that your doomed?
No, it was. I was hoping that the Minotaur was a female. Because if it was a female, oh wait a minute, were the priests a
You got some
female?
really nice udders on you.
There were some females, yes.
So they would have been my cousin.
No.
No, all right. They didn't save me.
They didn't save you, correct. In this case, your cause of death was Ronald's Delight,
No, all right. Well, it was Ronaldo.
provided by the elves.
Well, they're really ambiguously. I feel like it's Pat.
Yeah.
Is Renault female?
No.
That's a male.
Is the person who sold me the drugs a female?
There we go. Let's just go up that chain until we
What
find one.
about the one that made the drugs?
Yeah.
Right. Who planted the flowers they got the drugs from?
Yeah.
Sure, somewhere there's a female in there.
And then who created the earth to grow it?
Right. Well, Gaia.
Sigmar. So Sigmar's
So-
at fault here.
No, they're looking to
create
dispose
sequel?
of the body
Well, they're-
immediately. It's dead.
I guess we'll
Um,
go after her.
Okay.
They stink pretty quick.
What do you want to do? Let's have him like legit buried. Not like in the fancy ceremony.
Right.
'cause
I mean,
that's so expensive.
a reasonable one, 2 silver, they'd take care of it.
All right.
If
Take
you
care of-
if
yeah,
you if you don't have those funds, which, like I said, the majority of the population does not, they will bury it, but it gets a pauper's grave, which means it is tossed into the mass grave off the western cliff.
Yeah, no. I'll pay the two silver for a legit
Okay.
burial.
Okay.
Still
They
gets tossed,
yeah.
but they have priests present.
Now they say, "Oh, bless you, child," and then throw you.
They took a string to you.
We put him in this box.
So
Yeah.
they just hang him
It's got a hole. It's got a hole in the bottom. They just lift it
Yeah.
up.
They pull a lever and the bottom drops out.
No, they put you in the casket. Then toss
Why are you taking the box back?
Okay.
Oh, it's for later.
So, in the meantime, you obviously need another character.
Okay.
So you can use any of the existing NPCs. You can come up with a new character until the group figures out what, if anything, happened to you.
So in case I had the NPC that I love the most is Carlton.
Okay.
So in the meantime, that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna
Okay. So you are now Carlton for the time being.
That's the crier, right?
Yeah.
That's who freaking has him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled him up because I was like, if this goes bad, I totally dig like the speediness of him, and his spastic attitude.
That's right.
So
If he's a actual messenger,
yeah.
I love that. That's one of my favorite
So
classes.
He's a messenger wannabe bard.
I don't get it. That's awesome.
Messenger is a pretty good class.
It is. It is
and,
awesome.
yeah, and I took
I feel bad for Carlson, all the stuff we
fleet-footed.
gave him to like
so
sabotage his
my movement is
well-being and everything.
5, 10, and 20, like right off the bat. So
What I was talking about.
I really want to take that
He's only
class, but I
wearing
don't have a
a purple
reason
glove.
to yet.
Arcane
'Cause I'd love
symbols
to be an
on
elf
flag.
for 6.
yeah,
Okay.
Carlton doesn't have a dude. Let's killed by a woman. No, I'm just kidding. Killed by a minotaur.
Killed by the group
Yeah.
in retribution for Milton.
What's the matter, guys? What do you mean? Hey, what's going on? What happened? Did you like my intro?
So the main thing to add is you have this really fancy banner.
Oh yeah.
Rick, just gotta put a pike on top.
So am I gonna still carry this around, or like even though shouldn't I get rid of it?
Does he show up?
No,
You
it's
should,
done?
you should
Yeah, after the fight, he shows up.
Yeah, continue. It's our group.
It's our group banner. Okay,
It's our
yeah,
group
yeah. And
banner now.
I'm part of the group now.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, not great, but great.
I'm already annoyed.
Sweet banner. That's what I'm putting there.
I am really not wanting to associate with these people.
I really need to learn how to read.
I'm not even there. I still just walked away.
I don't even know where. Yeah, I don't know where.
Writer's not bad.
I'm gone.
You don't want to associate with me?
Nope.
I'm not anywhere near you, so. as
I love
of
how
right now-
every time there's like any slight hint of conflict, you're like, I'm out.
Have you seen this character?
If I get tapped, I'm gone.
That's the way to survive.
Like if he hits his hand with a hammer when he's making something,
I'm dead.
He's dead.
I'm well over double, probably almost triple his hit points.
Blood caught.
I'm not risking anything with this character.
Until he separates and Milton's cave.
What?
Kidnappers gets him.
Until he
And then
builds
I'm like,
that.
oh man.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Be an
Find the elf
artificer.
after the
Let
battle.
him get high enough
Okay,
to build
yeah, you
fire.
guys all group up after the fight. Compare notes and so forth. Carlton is there. Everybody else is there. Almost everybody was at least at the stadium.
I saw no signs of
Did we see anything?
possible.
Did we see anything from
Did
the
he call
sparring
that when
area?
somebody's trying to
Give
destroy
the
something?
two of you give me a perception check.
Who's the two?
These two, Frederick and you.
Is that what you
I
said?
expected him to be a bit more of a challenger.
Ah, yes.
I've not said a single word during all
Oh,
this.
95.
So mine was private, so.
Okay. While you check out the locker room effectively where he prepared,
159.
hidden behind the one of the chairs, like stuck underneath it, you find a small envelope filled with a strange white powder. That's the only thing of note in the room.
May I
I guess it
identify
lies on his gun.
strange powder?
It smells earthy.
Yep,
Beyond that,
good
you'd have to do
stuff.
some more testing. You can't identify it just by its look.
Why does it say Sinaloa on it?
It has a little note that says "Eat me."
Consume or sniff?
Do not place directly into eyeball.
Probably flour.
Well, I grabbed the package.
Okay.
Put it in my pack.
It's
Okay.
technically used to make bread, so I don't know why it's here.
Yeah, I don't believe.
Just mix it in with some bread.
Watch the
Brownies. Put it in
No,
brownies.
That was Templar Arms is gonna be the place to be.
I think
Alright.
makes everything
Yeah.
around.
Snosberries. It's like snosberries.
So I'm gonna ask around if anybody has seen anybody unusual in here.
In here?
Like, besides us, obviously, were there any physicians that visited earlier that are abnormal or
No.
lawyers or anything like that?
No, definitely no loiterers. We heard something about there was some guy walking around the outer portion of the thing during the fight of the stadium. But other than that, no, nobody's allowed down in these areas before or after the thing. So it would have just been staff.
I absolutely would have tried to do what he did in your body too.
Or did you?
Yeah.
That's on you. I was out for a day.
Into magic?
Yeah, on your body when you died.
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
No.
You kept one of the pendants or something like that.
So no, I
you
didn't have
really
any
think
pendant.
it wasn't fake? You're
the-
strong. You very strongly believe it was not. I just need to know.
Yes.
All right. Well, I've got business.
Milton can't be dead, so that sucks.
You can't come.
Yeah, even my rapier's just a fine rapier.
Well, yeah, I know you
Yeah,
didn't have any
so-
of that, but I didn't know if your whole dressing up purple and stuff. You
You
have
wanna
to
take
wear
your
the
armor
pendant
off and leave
also.
it
Oh
behind?
no, I just
Okay.
I put on red so the bull wouldn't eat his mark.
You can money him up some.
Yeah, no.
He's not leaving his Puritan seal behind.
I take out one of my holy symbols. I don't care which one it is. You can wear one of these.
It's Ulrich.
That's probably the one I try to offer him. So yeah.
No. Thank you, though.
What would I
Do you need company?
Well, we're going to be going places and accusing people of things that may get us into plenty of trouble. Just so you know, I have no intention of starting a brawl and fighting my way out.
If you do, I'm there to provide assistance.
Pit fighter.
Just understand we need to get to the bottom of it.
So why can't I go?
Where
Maybe you don't
we're
wanna-
going, they will probably attack us if you're there.
Yep. You're a bit.
You're already talking
As a
about
matter of fact, actually, you can go, but understand you're a prisoner of ours, and we will be offering you to the people there.
But that's gonna be really awkward when I'm in full armor with a fucking two-handed hammer and
Told you to take a
I'll
Eight
pretend
gun?
I have you under.
currently 7 guns on me.
I'll pretend I have you under my spell. Give the guns to the engineer. Never mind.
Has Matt learned how to cast spells?
Have you learned how to cast? Not
Yeah,
that
I
you're
can-
aware of.
I can tell just
No.
passively. Okay.
No.
By the way, I'm going and
He can
looking for a
pretend that you're
repeater
under his
pistol.
spell.
What's that?
I'm looking for a repeater pistol at Carnival.
I just caught
Okay.
Matt said I'll pretend under his spells.
He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Hold on a second.
No, I'll do a different
Carter.
approach. Unless you really need me.
Well, and what's relevant there that you may not be
approach from a
considering,
different angle.
that's not an uncommon skill. For anybody who can cast spells, the ability to see other spellcasters is relatively common.
It's
So
actually
here's
really
the-
rare.
I'm gonna
It's
tell
like-
you-
it's the top level wizard feat. It's like the third top level wizard feat.
The third level of wizard. Okay, so I mean,
It's
it's,
rare.
it's an advanced wizard,
Whether
yeah.
he likes
But
it
wizards
or
of
not,
that
and I
level
do this
certainly
right in
that's going
front
to be
of
a
you,
common choice.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tell you specifically where I intend to go first.
It's
And
a
I
pretty
tell you,
rare
this
thing.
particular
We just don't
establishment is
get
a
it.
hard
It's only
core,
good.
What do I have to
Ulrich.
roll to find a rare weapon?
extremist
Oh.
environment.
Yeah, I shall not go then.
What should I do?
So
I'm
instead,
looking for a repeater pistol.
Should I come with you?
not with me,
Oh.
I tell you
Yeah.
of 2 other locations you can go to.
Where'd go?
I'll tell you of another location, but once again, it is a seedy environment, and they will not take kindly to your
Can I
presence.
borrow 2d10?
And if you drop my name, I'll probably hate you forever, and might have to do something.
I genuinely, and this isn't a joke, don't know your name. Don't know your character's name at all. I don't even have it written down. What?
Neither do I, and I've walked with you for far longer than you.
You've heard me introduce myself as
Your characters know the names,
Okay.
whether the players do or not.
I've never written it down. I have.
Trotsky. You've heard me introduce myself as Trotsky, but you also have heard that name. No,
Trotsky's him.
That's my name.
I know.
That's why
You
he's
have heard me
introduced you.
introduce myself as Trotsky.
Yep. I get your.
You wanna go in there?
I
You wanna go talk to the
suit if you want to.
captain of the guard?
If you wanna
and stuff
go-
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You want me to,
All
you want me
the
to
suit-
tell
yeah,
everybody
I
you're
know
coming?
that, So where I'm going first, they know.
But you could accompany me.
Okay, I didn't know for.
Alright.
You can carry the banner.
Okay.
He
Would
won't
that make
work.
you
Alright.
happy?
Yeah, I'll
So,
carry the banner. I like carrying the
For
banner.
what it's worth, right now it's maybe 4 p.m.
When's the next archery tournament?
The next archery tournament has just wrapped up.
Next one's.
The next one is tomorrow.
Alright. I'll go back.
The current events around 4 p.m.
What do you?
are
I
the
was probably gonna go with them because it's
another Minotaur fight.
bad.
To go with
There's
that?
apparently a. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
The
fine.
Minotaur fight wasn't until 4.
I still
So,
I
Right,
still-
and I
it's-
knew
I still say
so it's
the
maybe
sewer is the
7
most
o'clock at this
viable
point.
thing because ever
6
since
o'clock.
it's been in the
Because the
sewers.
Minotaur fight went from 4 to 5.
About stuff going on in the sewers.
I agree with
So
you.
plus the
But
events afterwards, it's maybe 6 o'clock. You got a couple of more hours before nightfall.
to go.
The next
And we
events,
know that no
the
business-
garden party is still going on at the Royal Gardens. The incredible elephant show is going on at the Square of Marshals, and the Barbarian of Vasil is playing again at the Opera House.
I just will find out.
Because that was the same thing that it was in.
So all I care about are two things. Have I heard of there being a market for cadavers, or mostly dead people?
You have not, but you haven't really been asking those questions.
All right, and then well, I just didn't know if maybe in the places I've been, it's like a massive.
There hasn't been a discussion of it necessarily.
And then I will go to the two places I know. One that I'm friendly with, the other one I'm not so much. But I want you with me at both, if you don't mind.
Okay, is it just the two of you going?
I didn't know if he was going to go with me.
I'm not there right now.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
you are. You are all gathered up at this point discussing.
No.
So,
Why not him?
I'm going to buy.
Not to your, then fine. Not to your place. Well, I don't know where the hell he is.
Well, he said we all met up.
you guys have all met up. Now, you guys are free to do whatever you want for the evening. Your activity apparently is going to a couple places.
Yeah.
If people want to go with you, that's one thing. In the meantime, everybody else is free to do whatever they want.
So which
I
building were you setting
only
the light?
wanting a veteran soldier of.
I'm going with Shiny Biggin.
I don't care.
You're not going
He's a
anywhere.
mercenary.
with him,
Oh
Shiny Biggin.
shoot! I forgot your new character.
Yeah.
Yeah. he's
Hi,
a
annoying orange.
But he's very,
Oh
very
my God!
But he doesn't wear holy. You don't wear holy symbols of.
No, I don't have any holy
He's got one burn on his back.
That's,
Oh wait, I forgot about that.
where we're going are places that I'm planning on. Depending on how I'm not a good information gatherer, people. I want to be. I'm trying to get there, but the people who can talk are these two for the most part.
The
Well, I think
squirrel,
you
yeah.
can too.
He literally starts moving faster
So
than
if I don't
the
get
speed
the
of light.
information I want, I'm going to push a bit harder, which is going to get the main route with me quick.
I'm not sure Carlson can talk that well.
That's my favorite
Yeah,
part of all
facts.
movie.
What?
Before he died,
I can talk. Adequate.
I know you can.
Do you have lather yet?
The no.
I don't
No,
have intelligence.
that needs to be something you need to get.
But my fellowship is jacked.
Actually, my intelligence
Like
is
it's
on
jacked.
stat.
Starts out. I'm 45.
Well,
That should be a short-term goal. Get lather
This would be fast. Oh, get blather. Blather.
because that's literally what you're doing with your character.
I don't think it's on one of my. I know where it makes people stupid when you talk to them.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I'm going to go ahead and head to the not to the
Let's see if
Ulrich one,
ladder
but the other one
something I get.
first.
Southeastern Guild?
There's a guild that I haven't even touched base with yet, which would be the one I should be going to, but I don't know how to find it yet. So I'm going to go Southwestern Guild first.
Southeastern.
Life, if I were to complete my goal,
Life of the drug
when
dealer.
the current gate round is already wrapped up, so
I think we go criminal.
I'm at the end of this session. I'm gonna get 100. I'm gonna have 170. That will allow me to increase my level to the next tier.
Sprinter
I
and then step aside. You're never getting.
Okay.
We can get away.
And then once I do that, I will have completed my short-term goal.
What's your short-term goal?
Reach agitator level.
Okay. Well, that's reaching a level or a career really isn't a goal.
Oh, okay.
A goal is a role-playing goal.
Got
Okay. So, what do you want to accomplish as a character. Now, being an agitator may be part of the road along that way, but that's like saying in Pathfinder, my goal is to get to level 2. Well, everybody's going to do that. There's no challenge to it. You just survive long enough and you get there.
I'm gonna get the chance to get my goal because I've missed the next.
Right.
Can I
Yeah, I get it.
can I roll to see if I find the repeater pistol? It's rare, so it's like 45%, but I didn't know if that goes up anymore because it's carnival.
No, not specifically. Rare goods aren't necessarily more common during Carnival. If anything, they're going to be more expensive because you got a much bigger market.
They're regularly 15.
The regular 15,
Yeah, repeater pistols regularly 15 gold.
15 gold with a 45% chance. Okay, so give me a straight roll.
Can I borrow your 2 dice?
That just came up.
Can I re-roll?
Tomorrow.
I can't use a fortune to re-roll.
I guess you can. Sure.
Not let them,
Alright, 92.
like,
Okay. So yeah, you're able to locate one.
Okay.
Currently, there's a guy selling repeater pistols. Selling them for 20 gold.
Alright, I'll buy one.
Okay.
And does he have ammunition as well at this little shop or whatever?
I'm sure.
Alright, I'm gonna buy.
Even shows you how to load it.
That's great, because yeah, that's good.
Because it's the Middle Ages, and they don't have laws against that.
I'm gonna buy 10 more bullets, 20 more bullets. So that's
Okay. You can buy whatever powder and shot you want. Standard prices plus 50%.
okay, so it's gonna cost 4.
Okay.
Technically, I do.
Well, yeah,
actually.
because I mentioned it to the entire group. So,
Are you going to
He
this?
does comment. Don't tell him where you bought this.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is good because you're not really sure where he bought it.
Are you going to that guild to get assistance? To tell them that you're going to murder this other guild? Or, like, what's the goal with going to the secondary guild?
I just need information. Guilds have information. Obviously, they made a body disappear from within, in my opinion, from what my understanding is seconds after leaving the arena.
Magic.
Did you guys find Secret Passage?
So I want to know how.
We didn't have a
I'm
chance.
going by the assumption that what he is saying is
No.
true. That it truly was not.
I thought about it, but I rolled so well in perception.
So-
I figured it would.
I'll go off that, do as much as I can for information gathering, which has not been very fruitful for me lately. So
The fact that I got anything out of that.
It's like you lost a whole day.
I'm the only one that's really been pushing, trying to do stuff for the quest. But
I don't even know what the quest
The
is.
pistol sheet?
we all do.
I don't think you're gonna be.
It's to
don't know.
eliminate chaos.
I don't know.
And I've been working towards
That's
that.
gotta
Are
be
you
Purple
kidding me?
hand, the family with the.
Sorry.
But that's gonna be different than the
Well,
request.
I think I saw
It's
that.
okay, Matt.
I've been working my way through.
Matt.
Not
Well,
really.
me and him,
You and Carlton.
me and Carlton
Yeah.
are gonna head back to the arena,
Okay.
right?
I think I know.
And
Yeah, it's tough to figure that out.
he just brought up an interesting idea. I'm gonna try to get us into the. I'm gonna go visit Milton's body, right? And we're gonna look.
They've already disposed of the body.
That's all.
Quick burial.
That was fucking quick.
Well, yeah, they stink real fast. They don't have preservation options.
How long did this have been?
Well, I mean, you guys, it was a couple of hours after the fight when you guys were looking at it and finishing up at the carnival. You can go back afterwards, but that's why they asked you how you wanted to have the
That's
body
fine.
buried.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Now you can get access to it. It's not going to be at the place, but it's going to be taken to the grave sites and so forth where you could go. I mean, it's probably not going to be buried immediately.
Questions?
I have an idea.
I need to speak.
We're gonna go back to the chamber where
Okay.
his body was.
Southeast first, which is friendly.
We're gonna look
Not friendly,
for,
but
or
decent.
where the prep area was, not where his body was, but the prep
Okay.
area.
Okay.
We're gonna go southeast
And
first.
we're gonna see if we can find
Pulling in from there.
a secret passage. We're gonna look for like secret passages or anything like that.
Okay. Okay.
I have an idea. Yeah.
I am
Let's
the
go
all-
to
Say the body's disposed of.
Find
Let's
out
go to
if they-
Ulrich.
It has been taken to the
Church.
Church of Moor to prepare for burial.
Try to get
You can go to that church and engage with them. They may or may not have already disposed of the body, i.e. burial or tossed.
I didn't.
I was just trying to get
but
the
I feel
body
like I'm on thin
in
ice with
general.
Yeah, just get the
Little bit.
Yeah, because I have an idea
But-
to help with
Hey,
my whole charade idea.
Okay.
Planned explosion.
I'm gonna go to
I don't
Ulrich
know why it failed.
because I now have a line to Ulrich. I'm gonna go to
Don't
Ulrich
truly know why it
and
failed. I'll
see
tell you
if
what I did.
we can
You
convince
know
him
pretty much what I did.
to
well,
foot the
you don't
bill
get what I tell you. Hey, this is what I did.
for him to
Here's
get
the
a
thing.
proper,
It was a
legit
jump of
burial,
wire.
right?
What
the
we
reason
dropped off
being,
is
we
gone.
can do all pomp and circumstance and everything.
It
Right?
may have just been
Make
coincidence.
the purple hand and everybody think,
Maybe it was a joke.
make
water
them
all
think we
along.
don't
It was
realize
tests
it's not
of
him.
our loyalty.
You know what I mean? which
That would be like
might cool certain
If that's
pressures
the
and
case, then
open up avenues of
More than-
investigation.
crap.
I was just gonna see if
We
I could
get
talk-
there
I was
and
just gonna
they're
see if I
gonna,
could talk to the body itself.
you know, hang us.
That's horrific,
You
but
talk to the dead?
okay.
No, but there's probably
If we
people
don't
in the
show
college
it,
that
so
can.
All you got to do is move the mouth, right?
Yeah,
That's right. I mean, that's what I would do.
How did you die?
Well,
You gotta puppeteer it.
Walk
You gotta
into the
puppeteer
business
it.
and get
There's always that
Stung to death
there's always
or
that group of
make me
wizards
come
in the
to
back
you.
corner always
Yeah.
talking and stuff. So
I think we're good.
The nerds in the
I
back.
think it was best.
One of you, I know you can talk to dead.
Look, emo kids, come here.
I just find the goth wizards.
Exactly.
Anyways,
Oh man, that's hilarious. Went for the one with the purple.
so you guys have a sense of what you're doing?
Yep.
You're going to the Southeast Wizards or Thieves Guild first, and you're taking Ben or not?
It's up to him, actually. He
Okay.
doesn't want him to go. I'm perfectly fine with him going because I honestly, just in case there's a risk,
Okay.
he doesn't have to go into the building with us.
since you have
W.
priests talk and stuff, you should probably come with me.
Okay.
And we can always arrange
Let's
the
go do that.
Ulrich thing later.
Okay.
Because once we get that's not the time commitment.
So Ben, are you gonna go with them?
All right.
I'll still be a priest later.
Um,
I mean, you know, probably.
Probably.
They want you to go along from muscle, even if you're at distance.
That's awesome.
So-
That's awesome.
Every other
Okay.
session is going to change.
So the three of you head out in the early evening, head over to the Wind. Without much difficulty, you find and make contact with the Thieves Guild. They sort of look at both of you. They seem neutral with you. If anything, they seem more suspicious about you. And they make comments related to your recent engagements and interactions and so forth, saying we don't generally do a lot of business with those from from Ostwald. They mind their own business. They stay in their own sections.
Yep. I tend to agree with you. In the fact that I typically don't do business. We typically don't do business with people in the Wind Island.
Right. So why don't you stay outside?
We're here on a personal matter.
Yeah.
This is not guild business.
This has.
You're contacting the guild. It's guild business.
Well, understood. Understood. As far as my, the relationship we have, it's guild business. But for he and I, we have a severe concern that needs to be addressed quickly.
Okay.
And we're hoping that the connections that you have can get us answers.
And who's the other one?
We'll just call him hired help.
Looks like a soldier to me.
Hired help. We're going to be going other places other than just here to get information if I can't get the information I need from you. Those other places are not exactly friendly. And we'll need,
So you're making the assumption we're friendly.
I'm making the
That's good.
assumption
We like friends.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
I hope you understand the value I bring. How about that?
That would be awesome.
Certainly, friends bring lots of value.
Okay.
We value friends.
So with that said, we had a good friend of ours fought the Minotaur today. I'll just be very upfront and open about
Yeah, that
this.
Milton guy. Heard you
Yes.
didn't do too well.
No, he didn't. And we all, I shouldn't say we all, some of us knew that would be the case. But that aside,
Heard he was one of those fancy pants noble
yes,
people.
yes. You know, so he says at least. I don't believe it. I absolutely don't believe it. I think he was just full of himself. Obviously, that's why he challenged the Minotaur.
I heard he definitely didn't have any blue blood.
So
See how it worked out.
Yep, bled red just like the rest of us.
he,
Do nobles here bleed blue?
the
They
body,
like to think so.
the body that was turned over to our closest friends, or his closest friends, was not him. and we need to find him specifically
You need to find this Milton fellow.
because he was not dead when he was taken off of the field of battle.
He looked pretty dead to me.
Didn't you see his best friend out there that protected? I'm sure you heard about this.
Yeah, I heard the Church of Sigmar interfered with the official ceremony.
It's pretty awful. I have to admit.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. I wouldn't imagine the church is going to be super thrilled with that.
From what I understand, justice is going to be served, but that's beside the point.
If it doesn't, we'll be
The Sigmarian priest was able to prevent Milton's demise, but yet when he was taken to Milton afterwards, the body they presented was not him, and they said, "Hey, this guy died of his, succumbed to his, effects or battle wounds or whatever."
I heard somebody said he was on shrooms.
It could be, but the concern we have is that
He was on shrooms.
No.
You're confirming that?
listen, I just need to know. Can you tell me and point me in the right direction of who would have taken his body, or who did, even?
Who would have taken Milton's body?
Yes, the actual Milton.
Well, I'm confused. Was he in the fight?
He was?
And he got killed, right?
No.
He didn't get killed.
Correct.
Nope. He did not.
All right, so I'm obviously in the wrong location,
Yeah.
so my money can be spent elsewhere. Correct?
Well, we always welcome coin.
But if you don't have the answers I seek, then I obviously need to find somebody that's in the know.
My memory's kind of shady these days.
Uh-huh.
So
I spent money on you and other places once before. I won't do that again. Not without assurances and actual knowledge given.
see, now I thought we were being friends here.
We are. And I, as a
That
friend,
doesn't sound like a friendly conversation.
I ask my friends. I'm very straightforward. I always tell the truth, and I don't sugarcoat things.
Why else?
Well, yeah, you see, you bring one of our enemies and you bring some extra muscle here. That doesn't seem very friendly.
He's an enemy?
Yeah. He admitted as such. He works for the Oswalds.
Why didn't you tell me that you guys are in it? Okay.
In all honesty,
You didn't know?
He didn't know that he works for the Oswald.
All right.
so I didn't know of this feud.
Okay, either way.
I'm not
I mean,
gonna
it's a
say that
rival
right now.
guild, but I thought all you guilds worked for the same person.
We do. That doesn't mean we're friendly.
Okay.
We control our own territory. As I commented earlier, we don't really mix.
Yeah, I remember
We
that
we
comment.
control the southeast. They control the southwest. That works out okay.
How do I get to see the man?
You don't. If the man wants to talk to you, he'll find you.
Put the word out.
Oh man.
Somebody wants to talk to the man.
So, if you're interested in bodies, the place to be or place to check would probably be the Gravediggers, with more.
Okay.
They handle all the corpses. There's always been words that bodies go missing.
If you,
If he's dead, that's where I would check.
here's my thing. He wasn't dead, and if you were hired to smuggle someone out before they were collected, so to speak, from the stadium, how would you go about doing it? Who would you hire?
From the stadium?
Yep. The bullies?
Well, conceivably, sure. Maybe some of the staff there.
Anybody specific that runs the staff?
Well, the ringmaster runs the overall show,
The ring
but for the Coliseum. But they're, I mean, this is a temporary event. They come into town whenever there's a festival. They pack up shop. My understanding is they're tearing down the stadium already as it is. By tomorrow, it'll just be a park. The
Okay.
Minotaur fights are done now.
What are these guys on?
Are the bullies local?
Some of them are. Most of them come in with the crew.
Do you have names of all the bullies?
He can get the
Oh,
names. He doesn't know them.
We do, but I don't remember what.
No,
they
most of Carnival. I mean, basically the way they present it is most of the Carnival. Their focus is on pickpocketing and minor mischief type crimes. They're not really into the high stakes hostages, ransomware, things like that.
What about the Guild of the North? Would they be into that?
Guild of the North is much more focused on the high crime, high risk, high reward sorts of things.
How would I get in touch with them?
You show off enough money, they'll generally find you.
I need a more direct route.
I believe it
I
probably
need to get
is.
in touch with them tonight.
Well, I guess we could make some introductions, but there's going to be some finder fees.
That's fine.
Okay.
I have put out so much.
Should have bet on me.
I know, right? You're rich.
Yeah. I do have way more money than my dwarf ever even dreamed of having.
You're what?
The dwarf, my first character, I never got beyond 12 brass. The period of time I carried him, I never had more than 12 brass.
You died pretty quickly though.
I did.
Anyways,
From spaghetti.
he's going to. He can make your introductions. He strongly suggests you don't necessarily show wealth.
Okay.
Because they, like I said, the southeast one are mainly pickpockets and muggers. The ones in the southwest are more violent crimes and terrorism. The one in the north is going to be more things like kidnapping and ransoms,
Gotcha.
more high-end stuff. They all work together for an overall guy that they all refer to as the man.
Right.
Nobody necessarily knows who it is, where it is, or anything like that, and can't make contact, but they all pay tithe to him.
Gotcha.
Okay? The one to the north, you can make contact, but it's generally like you're putting out a hit on somebody type stuff.
Okay.
So they can make introductions. They're asking for a 5 gold introductory fee, and if you have something that that you need them to do, they're the people to talk to.
Okay.
The guild here, they have a lot of information, they have a lot of contacts, but they don't really do anything really high risk.
So I haven't located this lady yet, though, right? Either.
Lady Heinfeld? No, they have no information on Lady Heinfeld.
Was that her name?
Yes.
Okay, that's right.
I found a couple pickpockets.
All right. Well, I will. I don't want to give them that. They said 5 gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them one of my 6 remaining gems.
Okay. They take that in payment and say no problem. We'll send a messenger tonight.
You know where to find me, right?
Carl.
Oh yeah, the Templar's Arms.
Thank you. I don't shrug at that. I don't even bat an eye.
That's fine.
I'll put a parentheses, possibly help.
Okay.
Leave. And I, of course, you already know. I look at you and I say, we're to be found with Templar's Arms tonight by some seedy people. They're supposed to get me in touch with even more dangerous people. So be ready.
Hey, I got some people that we could possibly go talk to. Might know some stuff.
Who's that?
You'll have to figure out when we get there.
No, we're not following a random person into the middle of nowhere.
Is that what the whole?
It's not.
You are very much random to these characters. These characters would have no reason to trust you besides the fact that
It goes both ways.
We've been traveling for a month.
Yeah, we've established there's a trust level between everybody,
Which
which is why I haven't murdered you.
He's been with us for a month.
I strongly disagree with what he's saying. I agree that there's no trust whatsoever to my character with this group.
the only reason I trust
Hey.
you is because
Just
I
because
know
you're a
This group is treating
scumbag.
me like shit.
You're a drug dealer.
I built you
Let's say,
Drug dealing help.
he's OD'd our most powerful character and killed him. What are you talking about?
I knew
My
you
fault.
prior to this.
Yes, you and I are cool. But
Okay. So is your plan then to go to the Oswald Guild?
no, I'm not going there yet.
Okay,
I
you're
wanna
gonna head
see
back
where-
to the tavern?
Yeah, see where this leads me first.
Okay, so you guys return to the Templar's Arms for the evening. Meanwhile, the two of you wanted to go back down to the stadium for some further investigation. I believe the wizard wanted to go with you,
Where are we?
Yeah.
Understood.
and you're off getting a gun and some
At this
bullets.
point, I'd still be out buying
Yeah.
a gun.
Okay, so you got,
Buying a gun for protection.
that's right.
You do realize I have more than enough for you.
It's a repeater pistol, though.
Ooh, that's
So I can
cool. I want
shoot
one
it
of those.
full
He wants a
You have
revolver.
to have engineering skill to use it, though.
You don't know how things turn.
Apparently.
You can't make a very
Okay, so you guys head back down to the stadium in the evening. It looks like they're already a good progress way towards dismantling the overall Coliseum. The events, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe all the events for the stadium are done for the week.
Okay.
There might be some other shows, at which point I'll amend that.
Guild
Um,
is in this area.
Let's see.
No,
Yeah, but they don't.
They're out of town.
They don't report to any guild.
Huh?
They're
They're out of
just
town.
Oh, they're at,
minor
but I thought there was like 5 but
Barnabas Stadium.
They may be heading to Aldorf to a new tower.
It's not ball quarterfinals.
Sorry, correction. It is still there. It lasts throughout the carnival. There's other events, but the Minotaur fights are done.
I don't know how about-
figured that they
I don't know about
might
you
have
guys, but
some info.
You guys want to get
I
in,
don't know.
and they won't let you in.
Yeah.
Then I can distract them. Fast.
I'm just trying to.
That makes it easier, but maybe not. If that's what we want. No. Yes. No.
We can
yes.
try it.
Yes. No.
Or we can just ask to go in.
I'm gonna give
Well, that's a
you
good idea. I
drugs,
like your
just
idea. It's a
will
better
let you
idea.
know.
Much better. Much better.
He has all the extra ones.
Yeah. We're definitely giving you drugs next time.
So, anyways, the carnival is relatively quiet this evening. Not much else
Maybe
going
that
on
was
at
slow
this
down.
point.
He has convinced us to head. Do it tonight or not?
I was.
Sure.
If you got people coming tonight that we need to talk to, then I just say let's just do it tomorrow.
Okay.
It's not
On
the
Marktag,
timetable.
the last event was the Minotaur fight, so the place is pretty empty at this point, other than the usual drinking in the park.
Okay.
There's a couple of custodian guards and so forth, but they're basically just keeping watch.
They got the gold
That's
armor.
a great mop.
I'm not missing the next tournaments for
So
the
that's a great mop.
I mean, they did give me a lot of
Okay.
info around this park area. And I'll
Let's go
just
check.
let them
Let's
know.
go check it out. Just
Understand,
brazenly
that was
walk in
a
there.
layer of hostility.
yeah.
Sorry guys, the stadium's closed at this point.
Characters, that was,
No, we're just gonna
that
check
was
something
filled
out.
with a lot of hostility
Well,
as characters.
Yeah, it's closed,
Who's the,
not
is
open to the public.
Is it the custodians that are stopping us?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know how long you've been at the park enjoying the beer, but this isn't just open grounds at this point. You want to take a look at the stadium? You're welcome to come back tomorrow with a ticket. I hear the fire breathers are showing again.
listen,
Our friend died
yeah, that's
today.
what I was gonna
That
go
was
with
it.
it too.
He died. He was great. He was amazing. He was the best. But he died today.
Who's
And
that?
Milton, the great. I mean, obviously, you know the name. It's Milton.
He's the one who took
Was
on.
that the one that took on Hellraiser?
Yeah, and nearly defeated. I mean, it was
Yeah.
nearly defeat for Hellraiser. It was
So much
it was almost
Oh,
Hellraiser.
okay.
We want to pay our last respects to where he died.
Is it?
Well,
and
we can't really let you out on the field.
like
We don't want to go out in the field. We want to go into the infirmary area where he died.
his mask is there. I think because we couldn't find his mask. Found everything else, but it's his mask.
Look, I understand you're probably a believer of Ulrich, which is fine. I can appreciate that. But in the Sigmarite religion, there's significance behind the location of death. And we know he died in the infirmary, so I want to go in there and do a small prayer for his soul and
Give me a charm test.
help guide it into Sigmar's embrace.
Okay, give me a charm test.
What's your social status?
Hmm?
Just looking at them. Social status.
Silver 1, basic guard.
89 plus 30, 129 or 119.
Okay. Well, I guess, but you guys gotta have to be quick.
I'm the quickest. I'm so fast that I take off past him immediately. I have no idea where I'm going, but I'm fast as I
When
can.
you step up to the door, it's locked
Oh
currently.
yeah, no. I keep trying the door too. Like it's not. Now.
Okay.
Now. How about now?
One of them steps up with a key and unlocks it for you. Says, "Okay, I'll give you 30 minutes, but that's about all we can do."
I only need 20.
Okay.
Sigmar praise, thank you.
Okay.
And
I'll take the full 30 minutes.
Okay. Set your hourglass.
We just sit outside, we sit in the doorway, and it's like, you said I have 30 minutes. I'm gonna take that.
Okay. So you guys go in. It's a dark stadium.
okay.
What do you?
I
What do
tell
you
our engineer's gonna die. Ooh, take
he's gonna pull the trigger. It's not gonna fire because of a misfire. He's gonna say, "Wait a minute."
That's how I make all our money back. I play Russian roulette with other people.
Anyways,
You want to go look?
No.
Let's go see if we can look. Do you have a way of casting light?
Did you actually
I'm gonna pull out the lantern.
you immolate yourself.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Okay. You pull out a lantern.
Yeah.
Okay.
All,
That's
all
probably.
that kind of gear is back in the hotel. That's why.
Okay.
But I'm gonna blow
You,
it.
you light up a lantern. I mean, light really isn't much of a concern. It's a dark building.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, with a lantern, you're fine. What exactly are you looking to investigate?
If I die, I
Look through the infirmary and into the prep area to see for secret tunnels, maybe sewer access, that type of thing.
Okay.
I want to look for whatever that drug was specifically to see if they overdosed some stranger and to pretend it was him.
Okay.
Since we know we
And
got
what are you
that
looking
I'm
for?
looking for strange footprints that they like end at the wall and back and forth and move forward and up.
Okay. So all three,
Find my own.
all
There's more.
three of you give me a blind GM perception
You're a
roll.
whole plate.
You point out some footprints. We have to tell you those are yours.
Oh, look! They're going the other way though.
Look, there's a dark figure. That's your shadow.
He's standing up against the wall, looking at it. He steps back. Look, footprints.
It really, and then every once in a while, like a bug will be crawling on the wall, and I just stop and stare and watch it for like a good 30 seconds, and then back to being insane.
You guys hear a loud clash? What was that? I had to get it. I had to get a cockroach.
Okay.
That went to you, correct?
Yep.
All right.
After he pulls out
As did that.
I'll be the only one to find something. Hurry! Accidentally.
Nobody's gonna believe you. They're like,
George, did you want to give me a blind
I
perception?
thought it did.
You did? Okay. Okay, so you guys you're looking for other signs of the drug. In the infirmary, you find no traces of that. Everything looks to be just standard medical equipment that they would use for this sort of job. In the locker room, the prep room, you find a discarded envelope crumpled up in the corner that has trace amounts of Ronaldo's Delight on it. Okay.
I'll get it.
You're looking for secret passages, openings, way that they could have snuck out. From what you can tell, I mean, other than the fact that the walls are wooden and semi-temporary, it's not really a permanent structure.
Right.
There doesn't seem to be any secret openings, sewer access, or whatever. There is sewer grates positioned around the place, but they're more strategic to the park where the stadium is built. That the stadium was built up around to help with drainage.
That's fine. but
And each of those look to be like permanent fixtures, or like a metal grate
right.
or grill implanted in the concrete or stone of the ground. None of them seem loose.
I
Or
was about to
anything
say,
like that.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna test them as I
Yeah,
go up. And,
none of them seem loose. None of them. I mean, conceivably, if you're a really oiled up a halfling, you might be able to squeeze through.
yeah. Okay.
But certainly, somebody your size or Milton size wouldn't be possible.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, and none of them are. I mean, there's one or two that are probably in a less trafficked area that you might have some time, but you'd have to be a pretty good contortionist to fit through anything like that.
All right.
You don't really see it as possible.
My big ass ain't going anywhere.
Yours certainly is not, especially with your armor.
Yeah.
But I mean, you'd have to be a very accomplished contortionist to be able to fit through.
Could a child do it?
Much easier, sure.
Are you gonna put a child in there?
No, but we've run into a couple of douchebag kids in this town.
You.
And you're searching for paths that end up at the wall.
Any footprints, yeah.
There are lots of footprints. There's nothing distinctive one way or the other.
I really don't think there's anything, guys. Like the paths all lead to dead ends.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So
And it's only 10 feet back and forth across, dude.
People eat that makes them really hyper.
Dude, you're gonna lose weight just playing this character.
You sound like a really excited kid that just ate like
Your
going
heart
back
rate's gonna be like
Skittles.
50
Yeah,
higher than normal.
I'm already sweating. Look at that.
You sound like a kid that just ate 30 bags of
Probably
Skittles.
body
That's
coding.
too much.
Yeah.
Back so putting
But it's not Milton, so who cares?
That's your breakfast.
We can still ask who he is, why he was here, what happened, stuff like
Well,
that.
Skittles
Get
is your
information
breakfast.
that way.
Okay.
Even if it's not him.
So, from a religious standpoint, would a Sigmarite priest find that act evil?
they would find that sacrilegious. Yes.
Sigmar wouldn't care about that. It's Moore that would care about that.
Moore would absolutely care about
Don't
that.
tell the Moorites, but
Morites.
But Sigmar is mainly against witches and that sort of stuff like that, compared to we'd be using the college magic, so legal.
Oh man, that is a fine line you're walking.
Yeah. Sigmar would frown on that activity.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, especially from your interpretation of a fallen heroic friend.
Yeah, but it's not my friend.
Okay.
But admittedly, I'm pretty hard line on the religion.
Yeah.
On every other aspect, and I don't think as a character I would be okay with that.
Okay.
So, maybe we should part ways for a while.
Well, that's the paladin answer.
Yeah.
Knowledge of, implication of does not excuse your ability.
I know.
And saying, hey, don't tell me that you're going to do this sin doesn't excuse you in the eyes of Sigmar.
It's not guilt.
So
I don't think we should do it.
Right.
I think crossing that line would put us dangerously close to the corruption that we're seeking to root out. So, are there other methods other than raping some poor man's soul?
it can be gentle.
Yeah, I'm sure the geeks in the back know what they're doing.
I'm gonna use the extra. That's what ectoplasm is for.
Or take your time answering the questions.
George is getting
I
dark.
didn't hear what you said. I'm
George
typing it.
is getting dark already.
How has your character gotten into 3 sexual situations?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. I did. No. That would be the other thing.
I gotta say, I'm
I
probably
mean,
the
there's
most
heavens, but that's predictions of the future. And I already tried that.
Are you proud of that?
Maybe we should find who that soul is. Right? And not necessarily by dragging its poor soul back to the corpse and making it answer questions. But maybe we should do some investigation of maybe a missing person within the city who matches Milton's description.
Big
10,000
city. With carnival.
Dude, that's what the internet's for.
10,300
Oh my god.
Especially since they can get some hopeless
Sorry?
process. Who kind of looks like it, that has no picture.
The court physician? I don't
Broadway
recall.
musical.
I don't recall.
Yes.
He might have.
Hives.
Oh my god.
It is
Hey,
a-
He
yeah.
didn't have any
They don't
magical
never meet
traces,
with
so
the
it
court
wasn't
physician.
anything like
Did I meet with the
shape-shifting or something
Court
like that.
physician.
You think they just beat the shit out of him?
No,
Luigi.
he-
I honestly think he was the one down
intertwined with the
fighting
court
in the
physician.
Yeah,
pit.
that's
Right.
what I think too.
And he was
Yeah.
now,
Frederick mingled
That's
with the court
absolutely-
Yeah,
physician.
mingled.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
word.
agree. That's
honestly, I would think. Were we informed of this whole terrorist organization that's against us or anything like that?
Yeah.
Oh, we were. Okay.
I informed you guys.
So I honestly think it's them because they already had issues with Milton.
I don't
Yeah.
want to go there.
so.
That would be the logical
I was
choice.
hoping you would think of it.
So
'Cause I'm
they
like,
go to the
the logical thing
authorities
is they took him to
and
get back it
So
up.
I had considered.
Who
Trying
can,
to
who can have a
find
problem with
information.
Milton? He was the best.
Probably more
Or
like
just start going after a terrorist organization.
I'm not saying going after him, but they would be the logical choice.
I agree.
out of everyone.
I agree 100%. So, whose head are we gonna go smash in?
Milton was our friend. And he was great.
Well, we need the location of where it is first, but I
And running away.
no, Marienburg is not that far away. Just one long road down the way.
Yeah.
You always go there.
I like that
But-
idea.
We have to find Milton. I think he's
Yeah.
still
So maybe he's in
alive.
Marienburg. That's a good call. Like, he thinks it is. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah,
books.
too
And,
bad
he's
for
got
one
books and
Marienburg,
pictures and
yeah.
stuff. I bet he could read that little
Give
book.
you a
you
comic.
Where are you guys?
Give you a comic book.
It's not that little,
You're-
actually.
No,
Alright,
I
guys.
found out about Milton.
So you guys can hear the guards starting to make their rounds. Your time's about up on the place.
Okay.
So unless there's something else you want to investigate here at the stadium.
there's the underlayer, right? The stage area.
The stadium is built up over the park grounds
Okay.
because it's a temporary structure for a
Right.
couple of weeks.
And we haven't seen any barrels or anything like that.
You've
Like
seen
those
many
pony
barrels.
kegs, those pony kegs that he showed up with.
Oh,
that-
no, what? I mean, you've seen a few of them. I mean, the beer fest is just outside the stadium.
Yeah, but I'm talking inside the stadium.
Not often. I
Okay.
mean, there's been the occasional one, but
blue one is
I mean,
on
more a matter of a group of
It's
people
weird.
with one that are
Watch out,
drinking type stuff.
That is.
Oh yes, they're drinking the gunpowder.
Let's go
No,
outside.
that's the mini over there.
See if there's any
I don't know
homeless
that one.
around. And start asking them if they've seen anything odd today.
Just north and
Okay.
Right.
this way of it.
So
That's where
we'll leave.
two of
Okay.
We'll go outside. We'll start
circling
circling around
and
and look for the obvious homeless man or woman who's
Sure.
sitting there looking for scraps or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start asking them questions about if they had seen anything odd that day, such as maybe somebody carrying a very drunken companion.
Yeah, we're gonna look for Fredericks.
Ooh.
We're gonna look for young Fredericks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Friedrich.
Give me a gossip check for the three of you.
Bonuses or negatives for social status?
If you're silver, no.
What if gold?
If you're gold, then I'll give you a -10.
and I'm brass 3.
Then I'll give you a +10.
Sweet. 98.
Okay.
I like blind bits.
That's
116.
116.
I don't know what
Okay.
about.
So you guys ask around. You find several brass level citizens. A few of them are probably more on the homeless side. There's at least one street preacher singing the praises of Ulrich and so forth, and predicting the end of days and that sort of stuff. From all the reports that you talked to, I mean, they saw many drunk people, primarily coming out of the beer fest.
Right.
None of them report that it's anything particularly unusual. They didn't see any crowds of people that were drunk leaving the leaving the stadium. If anything, they comment that the fight seemed to be over faster than normal. There seemed to be some sort of disruption, but all they could hear was the cheering inside. So they figured it must be going pretty well. Everything was working out fine.
Okay.
So amongst that, you guys spread around 4 brass for information.
Take that out of Milton's funds.
Okay.
And I tell him how great Milton was like the whole time. Like, I was there and I saw it. It was amazing.
Yeah, we heard he had an epic poem that.
Would you like to hear it? Have it. I'm more than happy to recite it because it should be recited.
It should be, yes.
I'll have to add this triumphant end.
Yes. Perhaps that'll be the play next year at the opera.
Oh, yes. Milton of Seville.
That'd be awesome.
Any other ideas or thoughts? At this point, it's starting to get later in the evening. You do still have time to make the opera, at least the second half, if you care to. All the other events are pretty much wrapping up.
I know. Your friend Priest ruining my ideas.
Animate the dead. Then he's back.
I'm sorry. Every time I think about Carlton, all I can think is, do you remember the old Tom and Jerry cartoon where he's got the big dog and the little dog? And
You're the
dog's
little
like,
dog.
Hey, what are we doing? Spike? Butch? Spike? What are we doing? Shut up. Smacks him around. Anyway.
Just out of curiosity, I asked around if anybody knows where the bullies drink at.
The bullies?
Yep.
Straws.
Yeah, they drink at the festival, the park. I mean, it's right outside the stadium.
Okay. I'm gonna head there. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll tell these two.
Okay.
If they can go with me or not. I head that way.
Okay. You want to talk to some of the bullies and get some information?
Such an asshole.
Okay.
So this might be
It's the way you carry this guy.
this might be a little uncouth. But if we go back to Templar Arm, I kind of been paying for my own room. Is that something I know it's gonna now an extra bed? was wondering if it's available. But I don't know. Made it sleep in
Yeah.
for now, so I don't have to keep paying for myself. 'Cause
Yeah, you're fine.
the money you guys gave me is almost gone.
Oh. Yeah.
But I got these nice threads.
Yeah, I look good. I look good, but I'm not. I'm poor. I'm poor. I'm sad.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, you find the beer tent where they're hanging out for the evening.
Okay. Just count them up, see if there's the right number.
Approximately. I mean, you never really got a clear count of them before, but there's about a dozen.
Okay, I call to the crowd. A beer for the boys. And
Okay.
just walk up. That's like the most excitement I can actually muster. So,
Okay. You spend a silver and buy a round of drinks for everybody.
all right, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not drinking
What
expensive
is this
beer.
disgusting swill that they have?
They're drinking quantity, not quality.
I'll take one as well, but I don't want some swill. Do they have anything better?
Sure.
Okay. There you go. Beer for the boys, so they can serve something better, please.
Yeah, they have a 2 brass also.
I put a silver down.
Okay.
All right.
They give you a clean glass.
Yeah,
though.
that's right.
I look at the boys and say, "For Milton,
They look a little confused. Who?
Milton, the guy who fought the Minotaur."
Oh, that guy?
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
you were there, right?
Sure. We don't pay attention to their name. They generally don't live.
Well, who was the saviors that drug his body? I'm sorry. That helped carry him to the physicians. I look around at all of them, see if any of them are like, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of them comment and acknowledge. I said, more. We should be drinking to Roland. His leg's broken.
Oh, we will. I plan on paying for anything that he needs for recuperation. I mean, that was what I was told to do.
Okay.
I also wanted to know, we had a difficulty finding, or at least discussing things with him afterwards. Where did you guys take him to specifically? Who did you hand him off to?
Roland?
No, Roland was there. I'm talking about Milton.
I don't know where they took him. They took him to the infirmary probably. He was pretty beat up.
But they didn't give him to the usual physicians because the physicians said, I mean, who did they hand off Milton to?
The 2 guys that carried him off that acknowledged that, they said we took him into the infirmary.
But where did you drop him at? I'm confused. I'm concerned.
On the bed. That's where the priest told us to put him.
That doesn't line up at all. Interesting.
With what?
We had heard that there were other people that were carrying him. They placed it. It wasn't a bully that put his body on the bed.
I don't know what you're talking about. We took that fool out of the stadium and carried him to the infirmary, put him on the bed ourselves.
I mean, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry. This is genuine concern that causes
Yeah.
that laugh. Okay.
Well, the guy puts a coin purse on the thing. This is genuine winnings.
That's all their money.
So the only other question I have then is, let's say that there might have been somebody that was interested in him.
In Roland?
No, Milton.
Milton. Okay.
Was there anybody that had approached you guys to possibly bring Milton to them, or did you see anybody come in that was out of place? We have reason to believe from talking to the other people there that Milton was removed prior to us getting
Oh no, he wasn't walking anywhere.
removed, like taken away.
Well, I wouldn't know. I mean, the priests were trending him after we dropped him off.
Do you know which priests?
They give you a couple of names and descriptions.
Okay.
None that you've met. I don't think you've been to the infirmary.
How many bullies are there?
About a dozen.
I hand them each silver.
They thank you. They order more beer.
School is in
All
session.
that.
No, according to their information, I mean they seem open and friendly. They're not. They don't. You don't get the impression they're hiding or trying to deceive or anything.
Okay.
They took the body from the arena directly to the infirmary and dropped them off per their standard process in the hands of the priests of Shelia.
Okay.
And then they returned to their duties dealing with Hellraiser and the rest of the Minotaurs. And they claim
Where
that
can I find Roland, if you don't mind?
Roland, he's probably still with the priests. Temple of Shalia probably is going to have him.
Okay. I'd like to make sure that he is properly taken care of. So
Okay.
have a good night.
Okay.
And I head off towards the Temple of Shalia.
Okay. It'll be closed at this point, at least to the public.
I don't care.
Okay.
It's a very insidious lie.
You're gonna break into the temple?
It's a very insidious lie. I want to make sure he's taken care of.
Yes.
I
Quote
bring out the
anything.
holy symbol of
That's
Shalia.
right.
What are you
I need to
talking
make
about?
sure Roland is actually quiet.
Right.
So, after,
I use one of my envelopes.
That's what I'm doing.
after we return to the Templar's arms,
Hold on, do I
The Temple
have-
of what?
oh wait, I don't have.
I think so.
That's the only one you don't have.
Yeah, I don't have Shalia.
Yeah, I would assume by this point, yeah, they've returned to the Templar's arms. So all of you are back there. You've returned with a gun. You're showing off how the mechanism works and everything, completely above and over the head of everybody else. They don't understand how that it actually spins. They're used to like a tube that you put things in and maybe they go boom. Sometimes they even shoot bullets.
But I'll bet you there's a certain person that really wants to try it.
so
Let me see. Let me see.
Seriously,
I'm looking directly down the barrel.
So the rest of you are
So
here
the
at
whole
the
place
Templar's
towards you,
arms.
right?
You've had some food and dinner and so forth, comparing notes. The elf is not here. He's off on some other side errand. What would the rest of you like to do? At this point, it's late evening, maybe 9-ish or so. The festival day, I mean, there's still people out there partying, but for the most part, all the main events are done, and things are quieting down in preparation for the next day.
Until it's time for me to go to sleep, I'm going to spend the time trying to write a new verse
Okay?
for the finale of that wonderful, glorious, epic.
Okay.
So didn't Milton make comments about how he had paid off the
Bullies.
bullies?
Which is why I
Maybe
went
he paid them off to, in case he failed his little battle, they would take him to somewhere where he could truly be treated, like the court physician's room, which he was in quite a bit of contact with.
No, Milton wasn't.
Yeah, Milton wasn't
He
at all.
was.
Oh, like
No,
maybe
Frederick
still, like
did.
the court physician, or just some other
Frederick
high
with a
level-
hammer in the arena.
just some other high
Wait a minute, he was the last
ju-
one.
he-
He was the last one in contact with him in the
He
arena.
was. He even stood over him for a few minutes.
This is my
Think I
conquest.
looked up to you. Wait until the church hears about this.
How many experience points for Milton? I got the killing blow.
That's right. Plots within
Yes.
plots.
Thanks for all your gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got all my daggers. He got all
Now I can two-hand
Anybody
blunderbuss.
watched the 80s movie, The Dragon Slayer, whatever it was?
Yeah.
They kill the dragon and the noble comes out.
Yeah, he walks up, stabs it.
Yeah.
I have done it.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the back like, you motherfucker.
So let me know if I can get into the church. I will be persistent.
Man, what an old movie. I love that
It
movie.
was, it was good. Well done for its year.
Mm.
What was it 1984?
I don't know. I'm at a loss now.
I'm not yet.
I
got
need
two
a good
first.
12 hours of sleep to get a good idea.
But you said terrorists were after
I
him,
was
right?
too tired.
So where are you? You said you have terrorist friends, and they were the ones that were mad at him, right? Because he had a girlfriend.
You're bad.
I didn't say I had terrorist friends.
Yeah, no, like yeah, you did. I remember. You said terrorist friends. No, they weren't friends, but they were terrorists.
Glove on.
They were like, what? Right, I am wearing a purple
Okay,
glove.
so they direct you
He
to
gave me a purple glove.
Oswald.
My point still stands.
Okay.
Okay. There
It's a
is
fashion
where there
statement.
is a small building, a two-story stone structure,
Yeah, well, look what
sponsored
happened
by the cult of Shalia, referred to by the locals as the Shalian Mercy House.
Oh,
The red one.
Okay.
Name the other one. Terrell.
Okay.
Basically, it's a hospice / orphanage
They did.
for low wealth people who get
Milton,
minimal medicine
who told
by grace
everybody
of Shalia,
that they were after
as opposed to the
Not
true
that you
temple
were a
where the
member
wealthy
of
get
them.
treated.
Okay. Well, I tell
that
them
you knew of
I'm going to
Yeah,
pay
I knew
his
of
his
So, yeah,
care
no,
here.
You didn't, that you're not your
Okay.
friends.
What will
So, well, you head there.
Was it
Okay.
public?
It is a, I mean, it's in the Oswald in the southwestern section. near
I
the
can
stairs and
remember
entrance and
right.
everything.
Yeah, I don't
The
care
building
what I remember
is
about public
fairly
records.
run down.
You and Milton
Obviously
talked- I
has
think it
some
was you and
leaks and
Milton
so
talked
forth
about
in the
this,
rain
where you said you
and
wouldn't
so
back
forth.
him up.
I didn't
Um,
say either way. I
Despite
said
the late hour,
it depends
there
on the
are a
situation.
number
It
of
depends on
urchins
what my sort
running
Right,
around
'cause you
on the
wouldn't-
street,
you wouldn't wouldn't
just
give
playing.
Milton a-
Yeah.
a guarantee.
in things that would probably be considered a little less than
But
healthy,
everybody knew about the
and so forth.
territory.
They see
Yeah,
you
told you,
and pretty
everybody
much run off and run
Terrorist
inside.
group was after me.
Okay.
Fucking catch with horse
Because
out.
of his girlfriend.
You head up and knock on the door,
Well, rather
and
because of me.
it's
And
an older lady opens up the door. She's dressed in the robes of Shalia, and says, "Yes, but how can I help you? It's rather late tonight."
I understand. I'm here to see to an actual noble individual, Roland.
We don't have any nobles here.
No, he's noble by action. He took the brunt of a charge from the Minotaur.
Oh, that bully?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to take a look, she leads you in past several rooms that are filled with
Looking
kids
for
and
him the
and
whole
so forth.
time.
Okay. Yeah. In the
I'm
back,
not creepy.
there are several very basic cots, dirty sheets, and so forth.
Okay.
Laying on one of them is, you assume, Roland, at least
Okay.
from
I'd
the
never
looks.
seen him. I've
Yeah.
never-
She points at him and says, "There's Roland right there. Keep it quiet. Everybody's sleeping." And she wanders off to go do other stuff.
Ma'am, was anybody else brought in very heavily bruised, beaten condition, or taken to your care? Or haven't
Not
seen
today.
them? Okay. Thank you.
Need a kid?
No,
Got a few extras.
How much?
appreciate the offer, but no thank you.
Okay.
Do you have any elven kids?
No.
They're lithe, more useful.
Okay.
I move over to the Roland.
Okay.
But they're also probably like 50.
So once he comes back, I'm going to head out through the
Okay. He hasn't come back yet.
Yeah.
Thought
once
they
he does
aged
come back.
at a normal human rate, so they were like adults,
Yes,
and then they
yeah.
slow down.
Yeah, around 18 to 20 or so. Then they stay adult age for the rest of their life, basically. I mean, really, ancient elves would look older, but it's hard to tell whether you're 20 years or 200 years.
Right.
Anyways, you look in the room. There's several wounded people in here.
Okay.
Roland, the one that took the hit from the Minotaur, is in there. He has a broken arm. It's been splinted somewhat with what you think might be some chair legs and some wrapping. The bandages are brownish. They look like it's at least keeping most of the infection off, or at least sealed in.
Why does this cost me so much?
There's a couple of other people in there. One guy has what looks like a knife wound. There's a couple of guys that are badly beat up and bruised and so forth from other things.
Okay.
A couple of them look sort of nervously at you and just sort of keep an eye on you the whole time, but don't otherwise react.
Okay. I mean, I have the criminal aspects to me.
Yeah, from the impression you have, this is being used at least partially as a recuperation place for the Thieves Guilds.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I will, whatever I can do to make them understand that I understand, I will do so.
Okay.
Whether it's a simple hand signal or something. But
Sure. Anyways, Roland is laying there. He doesn't seem like he's sleeping. Looks like he's in a bit of pain.
Hey. So
Hey.
I'm here on behalf of Milton's friends.
Who?
Milton, the gentleman who you took the brunt of a Minotaur charge for.
I don't really remember most of today.
Here, drink this.
You give him one of your pouches?
I know. I gave him a healing potion.
Okay. He drinks it. He has a very notable improvement
Okay.
on his condition and everything. The pain sort of melts away, and his health improves dramatically. A couple of other people like cough or grunt a little bit. You think out of jealousy, if anything else. But he brightens up quite a bit and says, "Wow, that's amazing. What is that stuff?"
Never mind that. All right. I'm here for both information and to say thank you. part of that.
Okay.
What I handed you was part of the thanks.
Okay.
So you were with Milton the entire time, basically, right? You were taken in at about the same time to the infirmary.
Yeah.
Were you able to see him at all times?
Well, no, I was kind of out of it, but yeah, I mean, I took that hit from Hellraiser. I saw Black at that point, went down, but when I woke up, Milton was right there.
God damn it! So you don't remember anything? No words, no commotion, no discussions, anything.
I mean, the priests were fairly busy. They were trying to set my arm, and there was some that Milton guy you had. He was like tossing and turning and throwing a fit. They took like 4 guys to hold him down.
4 guys. What guys?
The priests.
Okay.
They had to restrain him, and then he went still.
All right. My suggestion is you head to the Church of Shaliah.
Oh, I can't afford that place.
Well, come with me. We'll go to my inn.
Okay. You got a doctor there?
Close enough.
Okay. He'll go with you.
I look over at the rest of the crew, and I say, "Who hails from?" I can't remember the name of the
Slump, the weird or wind.
one that's down here.
The southeast is the wind. The Ostwald is where you're at.
Right. And I say, "Who hails from the southwest, the Oswald?"
Okay. Several of them nod or acknowledge the fact that they're from the
Drowned
local
rat.
guild.
I say the drowned rat.
Okay.
Several of them do.
Yeah.
I'm looking for information.
And you are?
Name's Trotsky.
Trotsky. Yeah, I heard about you. You're with that southerner that joined up just a few days ago.
Yes.
Okay.
We need to find out if anybody tampered with our friend's body. Milton, the guy who fought the Minotaur,
Okay. What tampering would they have done?
removed it and replaced it with a different body.
Okay.
Just let me know. You guys will know where to find me. I'd appreciate information that you can bring or give.
Okay. Sure. If we find anything.
Did one person speak or multiple?
A couple of people are watching you, but one of them is speaking.
I toss that one, because I already marked it off my character sheet. I toss that one, a potion,
Okay.
and turn around and walk away with Roland.
Okay. So you head back to the Templar's Arms then with Roland?
Yeah, I want to see what the physician can do for him.
Okay. So later in the evening, you guys are hanging out, still discussing plans and everything. The elf wanders back in with a guy with a broken arm. Looks to be from his outfit, one of the bullies from the stadium.
He needs pain.
He's the guy who took the hit for you.
What's that? And you're gonna head out?
I nod to him, point in the general direction.
Okay.
No, that's probably not very.
I point in the general direction.
You get where I'm going.
Yep.
I make him.
He
I
points
make it
southwest, I
known.
would assume.
Yeah,
You know, nudge, nudge.
Okay.
I make it to where he knows where I'm going.
And you're heading out on your own?
A little bit
Yeah.
I
Okay.
say they're particularly unwelcoming right now, so be careful.
I'll nod and continue.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else wishes to do? You have a newcomer into the
Try to
group,
find
Roland.
him.
Okay. Do I need-
He's sitting at the table.
Hey,
Yeah.
you said you were at least trying to learn to be a physician, right?
Well, I have a license, yeah.
I go there.
License to
I
kill.
look at Roland and say, "That's the best I got as a doctor."
Okay.
He rolls out his barber kit.
Yep.
And when I look
I do
over,
have that.
Big ass bone saw.
I do have a kit like that, to be honest.
but I
Leeches.
look
That's what
over
he
at
needs.
the.
Leeches, and I run off.
I
and
get the
find
guy
it.
some good food and an ale or whatever. he
Okay.
drinks.
Okay.
So, and
Remember
actually,
when I had the
good
flu?
food, good drink.
Okay.
God, I haven't gotten to roll a dice.
Should I,
Right in the
You
armpits.
typically
I'm telling
don't
you, it
at
works
this
every
point,
time.
which is fine.
Matt, should I charge him, or is this a
It's gonna be
thing?
Yes. And then Matt will pay you.
I didn't say that.
My services cost 2 gold. He looks at Matt.
All I can tell you. All I can tell you is that I brought him back here with the idea that he would leave in at least as good a health as he is right now.
Okay.
If that takes money from you to do, then that's up to you and your conscience. Or perhaps someone else's conscience, since he took the hit for that person.
Well, I'm just talking about whether or not you were providing.
Oh, no.
You were asking for information for this healthcare or otherwise. So it's. Okay.
But he doesn't seem to remember anything. Almost like he has some sort of temporary amnesia, or maybe he was just unconscious
Okay.
during
Yeah,
the time period.
you remember from the fight, he got taken out in the strike. He was out.
Well, look at these scars.
So I mean, even if he didn't have a concussion and a broken arm, he wouldn't remember anything because he was unconscious.
Okay. I'll tend to.
Okay.
I won't.
Okay.
I'll be nice as well.
So you properly set his arm after breaking it again.
Okay.
Frederick, let me see your hammer for a second.
Right.
I get a fresh chair leg. Here you are.
Is there anything else the rest of you want to do, or do we want to go back to William getting killed by the Sons of Ulrich?
If you keep bringing me all these half dead people, we're gonna have to start charging.
He's not half dead. Come on.
It's quarter dead.
That's right. Miracle match. Miracle Max.
That Billy gave him was huge. Take this.
It'll take a miracle.
Put it in chocolate, it makes it go down better.
Okay, so you head to the Drowned Rat. Are you heading to the bar or the warehouse?
The bar.
Okay. You wander in. There's the usual crowd of rough-looking fellows in there, maybe a dozen or more. They look up as you step in.
We try to gauge the overall emotion in the room. As in, like, is everybody aggressive, angry?
Everybody is suspicious and yeah, I would say suspicious is probably the biggest thing. They're not specifically aggressive. I mean, nobody stands up and menaces you, but they seem a little nervous or suspicious of anybody stepping in. Okay. When you guys walk in, or when you walk in, they look up and say, "Oh, so you're back. What do you need?"
I am looking for a rather beat up fellow. A rather
It's like
injured
a
fellow.
train. It's a nuclear powered train or something.
It seemingly at least disappeared after today's
And
fight.
somehow everybody's surviving.
Okay.
To
He still sets about things that happened.
finish him, as one might say.
So you're looking for somebody who got beat up?
I'm looking for today's fighter in the Minotaur fights.
Well, I heard it got taken to their medical facility.
I have seen the body. I have seen him. Doesn't look like him. It's
Okay.
not. I don't think it's him.
Right.
So, is there any? If he were to have been taken somewhere, and that is not him, where might he have been taken?
I have no idea. Who do you think would have taken him?
What I'm asking you.
Well, we don't know him, so we don't know who his enemies would be, or who would have taken him.
I might be gauging this
Oh,
person wrong. This
dog
person
just barked.
as in a.
Looks
George?
like a
Yeah, that's fine.
Does
Turn that
this
on.
person work for the guild, or
Yeah.
is this person just a bartender?
What?
Yes.
Get it before it stains the carpet, dude.
Gotcha. More accurate, who might
You're
deal
the youngest.
in
That's
bodies,
what I always got.
In bodies?
in the transport
What happens
or
at home?
selling of
I clean up
We
the
don't
ground
we
and
don't
add
we don't
sweet
deal
things
with
to
any of that
it.
necromancy
That's what
crypt
goes on
stuff.
around.
Anybody who would know that would be the priests of Moor, if there's any such traffic. I mean, there's always medical research around the magic schools and so forth, but we don't mess with that sort of stuff.
How about the slave trade?
Of course it is.
What about the slave trade?
Who deals with
Just think about it
slave
this
trade?
way. It can't be that bad.
Mindenheimers don't own slaves. That's against the Ulrich religion.
Wizards were doing the city would be dead already.
Good. Didn't know if there was
You can always wash your
a
hands.
group that tends to
No, that's a Reichland thing.
Yeah.
Those savages down there.
They would have just said
Yeah.
common.
Right on the savages.
They
What a
are.
bunch of savages.
So I mean, if you got a sense of who might who this Milton fellow's enemies were, we might be able to point you in the right direction. But otherwise, we don't know him.
Who do the bullies work for? Are there any of
The bullies work for the Colosseum.
Okay, there's no major part of the guilds that they're connected to.
Well, no, it's a
is a
traveling
dog,
troupe
it's
that
what
goes
they
with the
do.
Colosseum. They go from town to town and set up and do the shows.
Understood.
They're an external group that's been hired by the crown.
Okay. Where are there any secretive physicians or doctors in the city?
Yes,
That
there's
might-
lots.
That might be. Yeah, I realize I've done that one.
Okay.
Who's your barber surgeon? Right here.
Was there a barber surgeon? I need a haircut and my appendix out.
And my ear check.
How might you likely don't know this, but how might someone smuggle someone out of either?
All three with one great subscription.
How might someone smuggle someone out of
One great incision.
Colosseum?
We don't know. We don't engage with our bread and butter is not smuggling. And they give you similar information to what Matt got from the southeast section. Their focus is on terrorist activities to further their political needs.
Got it.
Their primary driver is the removal of all non-native Mindenheimers and non-Ulrich worshippers. Anybody who's not a Mindenheimer or worship Ulrich, ideally both, is to be removed from the city. That's their primary driver. And it's not that they smuggle them out; it's that they force them out, kill them, etc. Okay, so that yeah, they're the aggressive bullies of the town. The southeastern clan is more pickpockets, minor theft, and that sort of stuff. Occasionally some. I know, and I'm trying to say keep the other conversation down a little bit because it's very distracting when I'm trying to give some of the information. They do burglaries, pickpocketing, muggings, things like that. Any of the serious crimes are handled by the Northern Guild. That's their area to do. So if you're looking for people who might kidnap and extract from the city, that would be the one that would do something. Okay? But again, they don't know this Milton fellow. They don't know the background. They don't know who would have any sense of why or if they want to take them. So they can't point you in the right direction.
Well, I've also been sent by the elf that has accompanied me in the past.
Yeah, the elf. We've been seeing him hanging out with the Southeast Guild over in the wind.
Yes.
We'd suggest you don't really associate with him that much anymore.
Understood.
We really don't want people crossing the lines here. It tends to blur allegiances. And blurred allegiances don't really do well.
Alright.
Our suggestion would be to pick a side. Any one of the three, of course, we're the best, but
Great. How
he pats you lightly on your scarred shoulder.
We all got scars. My head smashed, but we all got scars.
So does that mean our little bounties, his little bounties cut off?
Our little bounty.
You've stopped searching for the person he was hunting for.
He put out the 25 gold bounty.
Gold bounty.
Oh, looking for Lady Heinfeld?
Yeah.
Oh no, they were hired to do a job. They'll if they find any information, but to date, I mean, over the last 48 hours, they've seen this lady that he's been looking for, but they don't know where she goes to sleep or stay. They know she goes to towards the palace, but they don't have any access to the palace.
Got it.
The palace.
My next break-in.
Break into the palace.
That's unfortunate. No,
No, that's Matt's long-term goal, break into
Yeah.
a palace.
Take the crier with you.
Give you my distraction.
I can check every entrance in 8 minutes.
Good. I'll relay the info to Matt, to the elf, that he has a bit of a debt to pay.
Okay. we like debts.
I have figured that out.
By the way, good job on your delivery. The customer said the package arrived without any difficulties.
Ah. I was wondering what had gone on with that situation. Alright. Well,
Word my fault.
well,
Anything else?
nothing.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay. So you eventually return to the Templar's Arms. Roland's Arms is doing much better.
I wanted to ask a couple things
Sure.
of him as I'm applying pain to certain areas.
Motivating some knowledge.
I wanted to ask if he's being worked for by any outside source, who's paying him, what happened before the arena, and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to
I
ask.
hate that you probably
Okay.
know.
The only information he has is he shares that there was one guy that he thinks it might have been Milton, had made contact with the bullies a day or two before the fight.
Okay.
And I mean, he was walking around making a big name for himself. He got into a fight outside the arena, and had given them some extra money to pay extra attention. I mean, really, it's their job. They took the money, but other than that, they weren't doing anything unusual.
Okay. So it does not seem. Okay.
Yeah.
I love your description of applying pain. As I'm applying pain, which is important.
That's right. This arm needs to be set again.
Wait a minute, that's not my broke one. Step. Oh.
Oh yes, this arm is wrong too.
You must have broke this one in the past. Let me help this.
That's right. Okay. Any other lines of questioning you have for Roland before he has a food coma and passes out from the pain?
Do we need to keep an eye out for him? Make sure he doesn't leave in the middle of the night or run away because his arms have been broken and rebroken? Like,
Is there a common room in here?
Yeah.
This place?
Yeah.
I pay for him to stay at the common room.
Okay.
I already paid extra silver or something.
Sure. He's much more willing to do that than sleep at the barracks over at the Coliseum. It's a clean floor.
So I'm gonna try to lead Matt away from the group.
Not only Roland, but I want to check my
Okay.
book of things
So,
and see
they're
if
not
it could have
hostile
been like
with us.
possession or some other
correct, they're not hostile with me.
Supernatural
They're a bit iffy with you
demonic
because
cause of stuff.
they've seen you dealing
Demonic
with
cause
the
of stuff?
other
What sort of
gods.
stuff?
The body
And
shifting.
yeah, they
or
don't
stuff
typically
like
like
that.
them.
Okay. Give me
Uh,
a lore magic
They don't typically
blind
like
check.
people
you
dealing
say
with the other
patrols
guilds.
or something?
So
That's fine.
I didn't.
No, I
might not
have
wanna
a
be
book
going
of
there anymore.
things.
A book of things.
Yeah.
Continue doing
Like,
your
I
job.
still can't read.
He has a book of knowledge
Have
that
a
he's
bit
checking
of
for
it.
other
It
potential
seems
causes.
Like you have a debt
He's
to
thinking
pay
demonic possession.
with them because they found the info.
I'll roll
Correction,
it
they found
an
as much
extra
info
time.
as
Okay.
they could possibly manage.
Roll with advantage.
Just said they've
Okay.
already told me. The
Um,
info
yeah, you look
were
through it.
given, I was already
There are
And I told him that's not enough because I specifically paid.
There
for
are
5
numerous
days.
possibilities
I'm not paying for
that could potentially match up. Okay, anywhere from
That,
severe injury and swelling
little thing we planted.
would have made his
Hold on
body.
just a minute.
Okay,
We were just delivering.
Hold on just a minute,
Said-
William. Hold on.
sorry. So there's numerous possibilities that you find in your book and in your research. Anything from natural swelling due to the injuries, which I think a couple of people had suggested possibilities of, like, his face was just swollen, so he looked different,
Yeah.
but it might have been Milton. There are various drugs that will certainly make your body change shape. There are spells that'll do the same thing. And there's certainly numerous notes about various creatures that can assume different forms, either temporarily, long-term, etc.
Okay.
Okay? I believe you guys have even encountered some things that can do that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Maybe.
We did in Pathfinder. We just
I,
let him
I,
live.
I might be mixing campaigns. There was
I
one
was like,
point.
wait a minute.
There was one point where, in like I said, I think I might be mixing campaigns. In the other group, they rescued some prisoners
Yeah, that was Pathfinder.
and specifically let them go, and then found out they were doppelgangers.
As we found the bodies of people in
Yeah, we found the bodies and we're like, oh no, and they were long gone in the city. We're like, well, continue on. Just left the fucking town. It was awful.
So, yeah, there's plenty of things like that. Now, you don't have any evidence of one way or the other. Okay, without, I mean, unless you want to take one of those theories and specifically chase it down to eliminate it,
And then
I don't think you have
resurrect it
anything
after
conclusive one way or the
I
other.
did a medicine check to see if it would have been swelling or anything like that.
It did not appear to be.
Okay.
Okay, bone structure and so forth, unless it was magically or otherwise altered, the body was the body.
So, yeah.
Okay, and it was not the creature that you knew as Milton.
Okay.
I'll put it that way. Okay, now, was Milton Milton, or was Milton something else for some period of time? Who knows? Was Milton under a disguise, and now that the disguise was gone? Potentially. But for all intents and purposes, this was, to your knowledge, your experience, your research, a different person. Okay? Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I thought I didn't make that.
Okay.
I tortured a man. I looked at stuff. I think
You had a fulfilling evening.
His bucket was full.
Once again, evil.
Okay, so in the meantime, I think we interrupted. You guys were comparing notes and everything, so go ahead and do that.
Saying he was either dead or something. Not that I'm there.
You likely will not really receive a warm welcome in the north. I have a fair bit of warning.
I don't expect to at all. Whose water is that?
I don't know.
And honestly, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Thought I brought one, but I was like,
Yeah, it was on top of my computer when I got it. And so I was like, well, that's not mine. So then I just set it over there.
Okay. So, assuming you guys have all compared notes, the following day is Bakartag, which is day 4 of the festival. Now, I know there's at least a couple of events that people want to participate in, specifically the archery tournament in your case, potentially. There may be other things. You obviously have lots of threads and leads at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna make an appointment with that Wallenstein dude tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Good call.
I am so going to the Snotball quarterfinals.
Frederick is a big Snotball fan.
Sorry, I just,
Isn't that where they put a snotling in a cage and then they like...
They put a snotling in a
Jade
football-sized box
yes,
or
but they
thing
had-
and then
for the
throw it.
safety, they had to kill it or whatever.
Jade life sculpting?
I remember there was this whole thing
Yeah,
about
no, they-
listing off history. It was about
they-
someone got injured from the snotling.
Yeah,
so
the
they had to
problem
kill
is,
the snotling in the
originally
cage.
it was a live snotling.
Mhm.
Then they had to kill it because it kept biting the players.
Uh-huh.
So now it's a dead snotling inside of a football type cage.
It's great.
Your favorite team is.
well, I'm going
James
to see if I can modify that situation.
So tomorrow on the calendar, there is another challenge to the graph. The Fire Breathers, the Royal Guarding has life sculpting. There is a horse fair at the Great Park. The quarterfinals of the Snotball tournament at the stadium. The dwarves are doing the Dwarven Valley Choirs.
We got a ticket for that.
The Incredible Elephant Show at the Square of Marshals. Second final game of the Snotballs, and then the opera again. If any of those have interest to anybody in the group.
What did you say about life sculpting?
The life sculpting at the Royal Gardens.
Jade life sculpting.
Well, that's a wizard color. So
Yeah. So the Royal Gardens, that particular event.
more wizards to adapt.
The Garden Party, Jade life sculpting, from 2 to 4 p.m. Spellcasters of various types use their arts to create beautiful and fantastical shapes in the topiary garden.
Okay.
It's an exhibition rather than a contest. Tends to become rather competitive, with the competitors getting rather snippy with each other. Everyone is watching the Wizards of Jade Order and the Wood Elves of Lorelorn in particular. They have teams competing.
Interesting. Wait. All I care about is this: do they use fire magic?
They do not. There's also whispered this year a truthsayer from Albion taking part, demonstrating some of that land's famed druid lore.
Is there is there any wizards of shadow?
I mean, they would participate, but they're not really skilled in that.
Yeah.
The Jade Order is plants and green. Wood Elves are obviously attuned to plants and so forth. It's basically hedge trimming with magic.
Yeah.
Making fantastical shapes and decorations and so forth. So you'll have very fancy hedges.
Also want to make the difference. Lore Death is not the same as necromancy.
Yeah.
Lore Death is more anti-necromancy
Right.
and process of speaking to spirits compared to necromancy is your usual necromancy.
I
Hey,
get that.
wizard,
Okay.
I'm playing a.
Yeah.
were you there whenever we got fireballed?
Yeah.
Does the magic of an individual leave a residue that is discernible, like the?
Well, I mean, it being a fireball would usually be a fire lore or some other witchcraft type lore. It being a fireball. Otherwise, like for example, a metal wizard, it would be a description of like a grenade going off type
But
thing.
my point is that if you got around somebody that's actively using their magic,
Yeah.
would you be able to say, "Hey, that has a similar"?
Yeah,
Whatever.
It would give off a same color.
The archery tournament is that.
Let that be black or one of the other 8 colors.
I'm not worried about him being a sculptor, especially if it's green lore. There wouldn't be a fire thrower there.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. But,
I'll
I mean, it
come
could
watch
be. But my point is that we still need to find that whoever blasted us.
Mhm.
We need to find whoever that is too.
I'll come watch it. 'Cause
From what I've seen, I've not seen anyone wielding the black winds of magic.
That's what that was.
Well, it's what would have been if it was a witchcraft spell. I didn't take note of what magic it was because
So you wouldn't be able to identify it. In other words.
I wouldn't be able to identify it.
would there still
That's what I think. We plug the thread and like, oh, I think I got it. Oh wait, there's another thread. There's another thread. Oh wait, there's one over here.
I feel like.
And now one of our guys is missing.
There's
And
a-
then it's like, fuck, I can't keep track of all this.
I can stop the dike from leaking. Oh.
have we met anyone?
Oh.
Which is why I'm trying to give you ample handouts and NPCs and notes and so forth. And we're specifically, I mean, obviously through the carnival, we're not going super fast because there's lots of things to do. But that means there's lots of threads. Now, the one thing you can or count on, those threads all lead to a point in the future. You just need to figure out what that point is.
Death and ruin. Death
And
ruin.
so far, there's so many threads, you can't see through them yet.
I swear to God, this is that meme that's always passed around with the guy smoking the
Charlie
cigarette.
Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charlie Day. And he's got the fucking lines everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have we met anyone that's mentioned?
I feel like most of my threads are going to the right place. So
The
That's 'cause you're
Magister
going by yourself
Impedimenta?
and handling all your shit yourself,
No.
and you're not getting distracted.
No.
I took people with me a couple times.
You're not a glowing
You're like-
beacon of assholery like I am.
Yeah.
And I just can't get into the places you can get into.
What is Magister Impedimenta?
There's places if I were you, I'd already been getting into that.
I'm
That
working
I
on
can
it.
get
It's
out.
the
I
cult
haven't,
leader.
I haven't done anything like it. I was gonna start working in the royal
Uh-huh.
court and stuff.
Okay.
So,
But we got
Churches.
yeah. I'm
Okay.
working all that, but
so we'll go ahead and wrap up here, and then tomorrow or next time, better said, we'll start the next day of the carnival.
You should bring back some more.
I know. I'll tell them about that.
What?
There's this church down there. They need physicians bad, and there's lots of people in there looking forward to being tended to.
Being hurt
Um,
over and over.
Right. You could hurt a lot of people and get information.
There was supposed to be somebody coming in tonight
Yes.
to talk to
Yes,
us.
late at night, a couple of guys walk in. They look around, talk to the bartender for a moment, and then wander over to you. They give you a small card
Okay.
with a picture of a red moon.
Okay.
On the back, it has a phrase. Do you read?
I do not.
You do not. You do not know what it says.
Okay. I know somebody who does.
Okay. But yeah, it has a picture of a red moon. It looks almost like a business card.
He's the man.
I nod, say thank you very much. The attire should be.
They're already heading out.
Oh, we missed someone in Mold. Tinnipeg. I think that
Canapé?
says Tinnipeg.
I have only one note the whole time here, so.
Okay.
And that was like a while ago.
Yeah.
Albert Coleman.
So, according to the tavern keeper, it's the business card of the Red Moon Tavern in the northern section of town.
Okay.
It's nicer, but not like upper class,
Gotcha.
sort of thing. It's a sort of a upper middle class tavern.
Is there any particular, do you know the proprietor?
I know of him. I don't know him specifically.
Okay.
It is.
Do you know of anything that I should specifically avoid as far as topics or?
I hear they have good food and a good wine collection. Other than that, I don't know much more about them.
Okay.
It's a. So this decides to load.
It's not a green moon. Green moons are bad.
Yeah. It is the Red Moon.
Oh, are they?
I think that usually symbolizes like the vampire drinking blood type.
Well, I don't believe in vampires. This time.
That was the plot of the first chapter.
No matter what.
They were fairly certain there was a vampire that was running the whole plot.
But the silver platter saved me, just like
That's
it
right.
saved you. By the way, did you write that down?
Okay.
I wrote down the silver platter.
Did the body that was laying down have the circle?
no.
I wrote it down.
You were wearing it,
gotta
right?
go back to Midnight Road.
Okay. The Red Moon is a cabaret bar
Yes.
run by Ava Dietrich. Known to be a rather glamorous but mysterious woman. She appears to be on the street. She appears to be in her 50s. Rumor is she's considerably older. Popular legend is very few Mindenheimers can remember a time before the Red Moon existed.
You're right.
Okay.
Well, straight up that.
Vampire. Your tavern owner notes that there's a 3 shilling admission charge. Regular customers don't have to pay that, but you're obviously not a regular. The place is decorated with rather plush and stylish, with a hint of camp. But basically, it's a karaoke bar, effectively.
Hint of camp. I like
We were just complaining about all the threads, and now vampires.
Upstairs is a small casino. Lower portion is occupied by a bar and stage, where there's typically a band that plays throughout the evening.
It's okay. There's also shapeshifters.
The clientele is a cross section of the upper middle class of the city, and it tends to fill up sometime around 10 in the evening throughout the night.
Okay.
Okay, so it's more of a nightclub. high point of each evening is at midnight when she takes the stage and sings, typically in a flame red taffeta dress, and delivers a song to the guests.
It's from Dust Till Dawn.
Yep, that's all I can think of. Is Dust Till Dawn.
She comes out with a boa, just burn the place down.
It's known to be regularly. Several of the town notables regularly attend it, including Jana Eberhauer, Emmanuel Schlagen, and occasionally accompanied by the Knights Panther.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Who's the Nice Panther?
It's chosen Ulrich
Yeah.
fighter.
Oh.
No, Knights Panther is the royal guard of the crown,
Oh, okay.
Like
the elite army. Okay.
Uh,
So their soldiers will typically accompany Emmanuel Schlagen, which is one of the ladies of the court,
right.
as personal bodyguards.
And she's going to a vampire hangout.
She's going to the Red Moon. There's no word that it's a vampire hangout. You can assume whatever you want.
Immediately.
Yeah, it's a vampire hangout.
Jaina Eberhauer is the assistant to the High Wizard.
I think we all need to
There's
go.
a thread you can pluck on.
As soon as I get that information, I'm like, hey, this.
I had a threat
What's that?
plucked on it, and you said no necromancy.
No.
I think all of you
You've got me
should go.
comparing handwriting.
You do
You can-
realize
you
that
can compare
if
handwriting.
is a vampire,
What?
we're gonna have
I
know
did
it's
not
walking
handwrite
places.
them. No. You comparing handwriting is relevant because I will typically use the same font
High Priestess.
if it's written by the same person.
You guys, debauchery's your thing. That's what I was told.
Now,
I mean,
sharing the card with everybody else.
get me in trouble.
No, I mean you commented you know somebody else who can read.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming
120
him.
RPM.
Okay, you share it with him. On the back is a phrase that just says Drachenveld red
Ooh, good
on
one.
the back.
Okay, so
Yeah.
player to
I
player,
want to go to this place.
couple things.
Alright, we got.
Okay,
We gotta run
so we will wrap up. Let you guys get some.